What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Just got a major donation. Thank you so much, Jessica. Crazy stuff, guys. Day 4 of the Netflix 5-day challenge. And today we're going to be building the rest of the payment processing using Stripe. And it's going to be a hell of a lot of fun stuff. I'm telling you guys, it's hard to get me excited now, but this is some fun stuff we're going to be building today. So guys, let's go ahead, get hyped up in the chats. Where were you watching from? Let me go ahead and know right now. I'm just checking out these comments. And guys, in the meantime, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys what we're going to be building, all right? Let's dive into that right now. So guys, yesterday we left off with this Netflix build, right? We left it off over here. We had access to Netflix. We can go ahead and sign in. You know, all of that beautiful stuff. We can go ahead and click get started. Let's do a log in right now. Sunny@gmail.com. ABC. And then we click sign in. And then you guys can see the edit profile screen came up. So we were perfectly placed, okay? Perfectly placed for building the remainder of the app, which is essentially this section right here. So if we go ahead and click on subscribe, it's gonna go ahead, load up a Stripe checkout session. That's gonna go ahead and pull up a checkout for us. Right, this is all using Stripe, right? And it's using a really cutting edge, brand new Stripe and Firebase extension to do this, which is so goddamn cool. I'm not joking, it is a lot of fun and we're gonna really dive into that today, right? So this is gonna work and we can pretty much go ahead and enter our card details and I'll show you how to enter a test card detail and it will work, guys. And this is gonna be a hell of a lot of fun. And then it goes ahead and updates us in the database. So guys, if you're excited for that right now, let me know where you're watching from right now and smash that thumbs up. We just crossed over 100 likes on this video. Guys, we got over 200 homework submissions. How insane is that? Let's go ahead and see who's in the house. We got Brazilian and Portugal here. Brazil and Portugal here. Kenya, Africa, Bosnia, US, Sweden, Italy, Sudan, Daytona, Nottingham. What's up, UK? We got Nigeria in the house, Greece, Uzbekistan, Morocco, Germany. This is what I'm talking about, guys. This is international. Look at the energy. That is the energy that we thrive on. That's the energy that we go ahead and we just kill it with, right? So guys, without further ado, are you guys ready to jump into day 4? I'm damn sure I am. And I'm ready to go ahead and get this day started, okay? So let's go ahead and see what we're going to be doing on day 4. Let's go ahead and jump in, guys. So day 4, I hope you're excited. This is the final technical day, guys. Right, so get your coffee, get your water. I've got my 3 glasses of water here as standard and we're gonna kill it, okay? And we got India in the house, nice. Switzerland in the house, nice. And the US, what's up, guys? Right, what's up, Sam? Good to see you here. Right, so day 4, right? I want your full attention. It's time to focus right now, okay? No messing around. Everyone can wait if they want to text you, call you. So go ahead. And so Zara's in the house. Go ahead and turn your phone on Do Not Disturb. And guys, oh my God, yes. Today we broke 20K. We broke 20K on YouTube. That's insane. And I'm about to break 20K on Instagram. As a result, just for you guys, I'm actually going to go ahead and up the bonus treat that I was going to do tomorrow in day 5. So I spoke to Jay and I thought, you know what? Let's do something even bigger than what we originally planned. So day 5, I'm already going to be dropping something for all of you. But I've just thought in my head right now, that I'm going to be upping the treats that we have tomorrow, okay? Just because we hit 20,000 on every platform. So let's go ahead and carry on with the day, guys. It's time to focus, okay? Welcome to day 4 of the Netflix REACT.JS challenge, guys, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and lower the music a little bit. There we go. Welcome to day 4 of the REACT.JS challenge. I hope you're excited. We've just touched 151 viewers, okay? And today we're going to go ahead and complete the build, which means integrating a payment processor, which we're going to use Stripe for, right? We're going to use Stripe to handle this. And we're actually going to use a really cool cutting edge Firebase and Stripe extension. Now, the fun part here is I guarantee you there is no tutorial on YouTube right now which has used this extension. Do you know why? Because I watched the Firebase conference and it is fresh. This is a brand new extension. So I'm teaching you something which has not been used on YouTube yet. So come at me, developers. We are gonna do this for the first time. So I need your full attention in today's build, okay? So guys, the agenda for today, we're going to start off with adding the Stripe checkout functionality to process the monthly subscriptions for the user, right? We're going to have 3 different plans. We're going to process all of that stuff, make it all work. Then we're going to go ahead and integrate a database. We're going to use Firestore, which is Firebase's real-time database, okay? And then we're going to be using this really powerful extension that I mentioned called the Firebase and Stripe extension, okay? We're then going to end with keeping track of all of the subscription information so that we can then go ahead and update the UI to tell you which package you're currently on, okay? And that will be today's homework as well, okay? So guys, remember, to be a part of this challenge, to win all of those beautiful prizes, that £7,000 prize pool, you need to go ahead and reserve your spot in challenge, okay? So this is just so that I know who's in the challenge. It makes it all easier. If you haven't already done that, then please, please, please go ahead and sign up to that right now. But most importantly, use the Facebook community, okay? The Facebook community, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's amazing, right? We've absolutely, like, it just shows what the Papa Fam is all about. Everyone is constantly helping each other. I can't stress enough how really amazing you guys have been inside that community. And yeah, go ahead and join that Facebook link. The link for that is in the description. It's actually number 3. So the link number 3 in the description. There are 5 labeled links in the description. So go ahead and join that. Okay, so guys, let's go through some positive notes to begin this video, okay? Firstly, I just want to say, look at these messages I've been receiving. I got an email which gave me a full testimonial from Stephanie Guy Muhizi. Guys, it just made my morning, right? And what he's saying here is he's pretty much saying that he was ready to quit, right? He got stuck. He got into a debugging situation and he said to himself, I ain't gonna quit. I remember you said, Sonny, and you know what, guys, this is the truth. Look, in the beginning, right? We had literally over 1,000 people join this live, right? In day 1, and look how it slowly dips out, right? Because there are people who won't have what it takes to make it to the end, but you guys are here, right? You guys are here, and you guys are here to win this challenge, and you are here to stay. Okay, so I want you guys to go all the way now. You're already at the end line. Just push a little bit further. Give me your attention today and sign up for the event tomorrow. Okay, that's the first link in the description. Because if you're already made it this far, come on, guys, push to day 5, and it's going to be huge. So amazing emails like this. Look at Avnish helping everyone out in the community. I see it so much, guys. We've got Ken, who's literally going ahead and dropping how he's been helping people out in the community. We've got Laszlo, who's got help from Avnish again. Avnish has literally been killing it, guys. Asher, see, again, Avnish, he's literally a clutch right now. And guys, this is just the positivity of the chat I want to highlight here. Look how amazing this is, honestly, that the energy you guys bring, crazy, crazy stuff, okay? So these are a few more lovely messages from our fans. Everything has been absolutely insane. And I really do read these messages, like Rashid's message right here, and it makes my day. It makes everything worth it. And it's why we do what we do, okay? I love this one. Yours truly, I read this after the stream yesterday. He goes, I don't know what's better, your top tier skills or your highly contagious energy. I love that, dude. Thank you so much. It's hard to keep this level of energy, but I mean, I drink a bit of coffee. Let's put it that way. Right, so look, again, more positivity. Thank you so much. And this, actually, I wanted to highlight, I just added this in last minute. David came at me with an email and said, I'm not going to be there for day 5, but he has kids and he has commitments that he wants to make. But look how much effort he put in to go ahead and just share a bit of gratitude, guys. Like I said, be a good person, and it doesn't take a lot. And that is so amazing to me. And for that reason, I'm going to be rewarding David after this session and going ahead and sending him a little package, right? So it's amazing stuff like this which makes the Papa Fam, okay? So this is what we're about. This is what we're from, okay? So let's talk about quickly the prizes that you guys can win. Remember, we have a point system in play, right? The first place, diamond membership. Second place, 3 platinum memberships. That's already 4 winners. Already 4 winners right there. And then we have third place, which is 10 people are going to get 50% off coupons, okay? So you're going to be able to get all of that good stuff. We just hit 200 viewers across the platforms. Welcome, guys. Let's absolutely crush it. We're about to break 200 likes as well. Let's keep going. Right, on Facebook, on the events tab, you've got the schedule for everything, okay? You've got the schedule, and we've got all of the things that are going to be happening. And you've got all the links that you're going to need to go ahead and register for these events. But the final one that we're interested in is day 5. Now, day 5, even if you don't win any of these prizes, guys, everyone who turns up to day 5, okay, is going to win something, all right? They're going to get an exclusive something. I almost slipped it there. An exclusive bonus that's only available to you guys. And with that said, I'm going to go ahead and raise our little Papa Fam anthem right here. All right. So yeah, don't miss that. Honestly, I'm not going to give it back. I'm not going to give it to the people who weren't there. So you have to turn up to that event. Okay. Joe React says, I missed the previous days. Don't worry, dude. Just turn up to day 5 and it will be worth it. Everyone who comes to day 5 is going to get that treat, okay? So let's go. Let's go again and get the energy up. So all you need to do is go ahead, hit that first link in the description to sign up for the final day where you are guaranteed a free prize, and then go ahead and hit save my spot, okay? You just need to hit save my spot and that's it. And we start that tomorrow, same time, so be there. This is the point system, guys. I'm not gonna go through it too much, but 1 point for sending messages in each of the communities, 2 points for sharing on platforms, 3 for helping someone else out with their homework, 4 for referrals, and 5 for every piece of homework that you submit. Okay, so get your homework done. It's going to drastically increase your chance of winning those prizes. Okay, let's go ahead. James Poda says, amazing content, Sunny. You simply the best. Thank you so much, dude. Remember, guys, share it on socials for bonus points, right? So if you guys can already see here, I saw loads of you guys holding out your phones and going ahead, not seeing you, but I went and saw you on Instagram sharing this out and tagging me in it. So I really love and appreciate that because I get to know you guys a little bit better, which is always nice to see who's beyond the street. I want to see who those 20,000 subscribers are, okay? And look, now we've got over 200 strong viewers, almost at 200 likes. Let's go ahead and push it, guys. Let's get a video out to as many people. Discord server, if you haven't joined, it's a great place to go ahead and socialize. So here is the challenge. This is where we were at, okay? Let's break this down. We went ahead and we built this portion of the app already, right? We built this out. We built the actual app on day 1, and then on day 2 we went ahead and built out the login page with full user authentication and the edit profile screen. But we don't have the plans yet. We don't have the plans, nor do we have the actual checkout process. So we're going to go ahead and build all of that today. Okay, so what the hell is happening today? Exactly like I said, we've got this portion here where we're going to fill out the plans that are available. And you guys, I'm telling you, it's not the regular kind of checkout that we're going to be building today. It's really, honestly, I was impressed when I built this today, and it's cool. It's really cool. You guys are going to like this, right? So we've already built this stuff, this good stuff on the right. So we're going to go ahead and carry on. Right, we just officially crossed 185 on YouTube and loads more on other platforms now. Just came in 50 other people on different platforms. Yesterday's homework, I couldn't believe it. I honestly, every single time there's a challenge or something, it's natural that the sort of submissions come down, okay? But you guys are incredible. I can't believe, I said to Jay, I put up an Instagram story about like not very long ago, and I said it was over 100, right? Over 100 submissions that had people who had submitted their homework. And literally in about 60 to 90 minutes, you guys went ahead and hit the 200 mark on the homework submissions. That's ridiculous. That is crazy for the final day technical. 200 submissions. Wow. Abhishek, thank you. Can't express my feeling right now. I love you, bro. I love you guys too. Honestly, thank you so much, guys. Samuel, thank you so much. He goes, can we take 1 minute to show our appreciation to Sunny? Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate you. It's never too late to submit the homework. I saw some of you guys going ahead and saying, you know, I came in late, I came in a day late or something like that. Don't worry. Remember, if you're in this challenge, you are here just to, if you have already participated, even by turning up, you're already winning. Okay, you're already winning. That's what we want to go ahead and do. It's not about just the end prize, right? You being here, you learning something is the winning part. Right? You being a part of a community that care about each other. That's what the Papa Fam is about. That's what we're here to do and change the world with, okay? So let's go ahead. You guys killed it day 3 for the homework. And let's go ahead and actually look at some of those things that you've done, right? So Lee McFarland, right? Amazing build. Thank you so much, Shashank. Another donation. Appreciate you, dude. Lee McFarland, I saw your build. It's incredible. I've got a few notable mentions as well in a bit. Richard absolutely smashed it as well. Really lovely UI front end build. Robert, amazing stuff. He actually went ahead and implemented the rest of the front end. So right now you can see he's pretty much got it to the point that we're looking at. He just needs to connect that payment part and it's going to work, right? Emerson, thank you so much. This guy is awesome, so friendly. Thank you, dude. Fantastic. Says Sunny is simply the best. Thank you so much. Dadan says, hi, Sunny. Thank you for this challenge. I actually got a real job because of this. Whoa, that's cool. That's so cool. Bridget, thank you so much. I wish I had a professor like this with your energy and skills. Thank you. Honestly, I didn't like the way I was taught at uni. That's why I'm here doing what I'm doing. But guys, you guys make this worth it, okay? Johnson, amazing build. Check out Johnson. He did the exact same thing as Robert. Killed it, okay? We've got Paul Gonzalez, Carl Jose Buena, right? If you guys see yourself, drop some fire in the chat. I always love seeing someone who submitted their homework and then they see themselves on the screen like, whoa. Nico Mariscott, what's up? And we've got Dion Nakiri, if I pronounce that right? Amazing, amazing builds. Guys, now I do want to go ahead and award some bonus points, okay? So I want to go ahead and award a few bonus points. You guys know how we do it. Let's go ahead and get a little bit suspense right now, okay? So notable mentions, some bonus points. We're gonna award 6 bonus points to the people that I'm about to drop. And we're gonna go ahead and show their clones out right now, okay? So you guys, whoever submitted their homework, you already get 5 points, okay? You already get 5 points, but these guys over here are gonna get an extra 6 points each, okay? So let's go ahead and check it out. Dash Santosh, right? A crazy, crazy build. Let's have a look. Look at this build, guys. Incredible. Literally, it was a complete redesign, right? Completely redesigned. And look at this. I love that he had sign up with Google. You can go ahead and sign in, and he done a bunch more work as well behind this, right? So we're not gonna go ahead and go through it all, but look at just the overall design right here, right? Really, really nice. Changed all the colors, different design, different themes, amazing stuff. Robert says he saw himself amazing. Awesome stuff, dude, right? So we have Dash Santosh. Coming in at place number 2, we have Josep Arak. Right, let's go ahead and check your one out. Movie Galore. I actually really love this one. If I could get started, I actually am going to create an account for this one. Something@gmail.com. I'm going to go ahead and say ABC. Yeah, register. Look at this. Oh, I need to do one more character. There we go. Register. Guys, there was a whole theme behind it. Look, it's no longer Netflix. You get the Movie Galore theme, right? Which I really like. I really like this sort of initiative that he took here with this one. Look, you even got my profile screen, which is also customized, and they went ahead and added this in. So you deserve 6 extra points, dude. So well done. That is awarded to you. Amazing, amazing stuff. Number 3. Avnish Agarwal. You guys know, you must know about Avnish if you're following the community. Crazy, crazy build over here. Looked really, really nice, honestly. And it was mainly, he just helped out everyone right here. Let me go ahead and log into his. He had some amazing stuff in this build. Let me go ahead and sign up. You guys can see, look, we have a drop down over here. Manage profile screen, which is incredible, right? You can go ahead and go into your account and you've got everything built out. This is incredible. And you've got a header section at the top. That's amazing. That's what I call taking homework and just running with it. So Avnish, incredible stuff. And I'm noticing the stuff that you're doing, dude. So incredible, incredible work. Right? Avnish is actually very proactive as well. Let's go ahead and give in Ken White. Perfect stuff. Look at this. Animations. Purely for the animations, dude. I saw it and I was like, okay, 6 points straight off the bat. That's really, really cool, man, to see that. So we have an amazing, amazing build over there. And number 5, coming in as the final place with the extra one, Jeremy Gross. Let's go ahead and check this out, right? I'm gonna go ahead and log in, and you guys can see he's got the nice little typewriter at the top, and then we go ahead and check, and look, he actually made this an input field that you can type, okay? So if you go ahead and click edit, it became an input field, and you can go ahead and type it in, and then click save. Amazing, amazing stuff, guys. Want to go ahead and say well done to all of those people who got the extra points. I think it's always incredible that everyone takes the homework and just takes it that step further. I think that's what it's about. You take a tutorial, you take what you see, and you go to the next level, okay? You go to that next level, and that's what it's about, right? So, yeah, extra 6 points, guys. Extra 6 points. Right, and I also want to say, guys, I just realized we are at nearly 300 viewers across platforms. Incredible, incredible stuff. Let's keep on growing that number. We're about to break 200 likes. Come on, let's keep going, break the 200 mark, okay? Let's go ahead and carry on. Right, so testimonial video chance, right? So this is your chance before day 5. If you want to get that chance at winning an extra 10 points. So I'm not giving 6 points or anything like that, 10 points. And the reason why I put such an emphasis on this, right, is because this is what makes it human. This is what makes the Papa Fam human, okay? This is what makes it human. I don't want to just see work. I want to see you guys, right? I want to hear from you guys. I want to go ahead and see this, which is why I put a big amount of points on this final thing, okay? So let's go ahead and check this out, right? So guys, your chance to rack even more points. All you need to do is submit a video. Now, the way I would say it is if you literally just grab your phone, it doesn't have to be the fanciest video, grab your phone, place it down somewhere, okay? And just shoot a video. Just shoot a video like this. Just go ahead, shoot a video. And all you need to go ahead and say is, 1, what made you join the challenge? Okay, all of this is inside the homework, right? We have the submission link in the homework. All you need to do is go ahead and say, what made you join the challenge? What have you learned so far and how will it help you? how I make learning easier, and why did you decide to be a part of this community, and why would you recommend someone else to join the Papa Fam? Okay, now this is not only to go ahead and spread the love, this is to allow me to improve and to be able to deliver more amazing content like this, and to be able to help you guys out a lot more. Okay, so this is my main mission, and this is my way of going to help you guys out. This is available in the homework submission. So the second link in the description is going to be your link to day 4 homework, where you can capture those extra homework points, but this is going to get you an extra 10 points if you submit a video. Okay, so make sure it has to be, it can't just be a voiceover. I want to see your face, right? I want to see your face. If you've got a nice setup, go ahead and, you know, rock the setup, do what you need to do, and that's what we're going to be running with. Okay, so that is in the second link in the description. So guys, before we carry on, I just want to say, make sure, first link in the description, let me know if you've registered already, because tomorrow is a huge event. Okay, tomorrow is a huge event. Let me know by commenting right now, I am registered, right? I am registered. That is it. That's all you need to let me know, and that's it. The first link in the description. Okay, with that said, I want your full attention. I want your everything in this final build. Guys, like I said, sign up to that event. We have a huge surprise on day 5. Everyone who turns up is going to win something. So I mean, if you don't be there and you think you're going to watch a replay, I can't promise anything, guys. You have to show up. You have to show up. Okay, oh, I see loads of new faces in the crowd today. It's amazing. Nice stuff, guys. Everyone's dropping the fact that they're registered. Awesome stuff. Let's go ahead, guys. We're going to go ahead and build this right now. We're going to jump into the clone. Let's go ahead and get started with today officially. Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started with today. I'm going to have a quick water break while we go ahead and let the hype come in. I love reading the comments and everything like that. Richard, if you can't be there, and if you absolutely can't be there, it's okay. I'll do something. But yeah, guys, everyone that can, I can't promise, you know, any kind of replay stuff. But yeah, it's going to be amazing tomorrow. Oh, the playlist is a treat, maybe. 220 likes. I think we're going to break 300 soon. Right, let's go ahead and do this. Emerson says glass bottle water gang. That's it, dude. You know how we do it. Okay, let's do this, guys. So we were at this point yesterday in yesterday's build, right? We had the edit profile screen. Now we had the empty plans. We didn't really have much underneath it, right? We want to get to this point. Okay, so you can see a bunch of UI change, but the main bulk of the work today is going to be under the hood, right? So it's going to be more functional. It's going to be more like, how can we charge customers? How the hell do we even set all of that up? Okay, now I just want to say, if you can't follow some of these steps today, it's okay, right? It's okay. If you run into a technical issue, if you run into some kind of thing not working, it's okay, right? Don't get disheartened. Still be there tomorrow. Remember, guys, it's not about winning or losing. It's about giving it your best effort, and it does not matter if you finish this homework. If the fact that you guys submitted what you did, then that is it, right? That is all that matters. That is all that I care about. Okay, it doesn't matter that you can't finish something, but give it your best shot to get everything built today. Okay, so follow me with a fine comb and tooth in today's build. Okay, so I want to get some free sorry, somebody says, what is a free gift? I want to get your full attention. Okay, let's do this. So the first thing that we're going to do is we have our code up and running. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is actually head over to our Firebase, right? So we're going to go over to Firebase right here, and I'm going to go to my build. So make sure you're in the correct account. You want to go to, it should be at the top right. You want to click the build that you had from yesterday. Okay, now we already enabled authentication, which is why it was able to go ahead and work in the first place, right? The second thing we're going to do is actually set up our database. We need the database because we're going to be storing the user and their subscription inside the database. So we're going to go to Cloud Firestore right now. Okay, now what we're going to do, so Ali says zoom in a tiny bit. Yep, sure, I got you, dude. That should be a little bit better. Now Cloud Firestore, you guys can see here, right? I want you to click on create database. Now here you want to go ahead and click start in test mode. Right? Once you've done that, click next. Now over here, it doesn't really matter what your location is. The servers are extremely quick. You want to click enable, right? So once you click enable, everything is going to go ahead and set itself up, right? So we're going to give this just a sec, and then it should go ahead and work, right? So guys, I just want to say again, the numbers are going up, 250 viewers right now. Incredible stuff. I just can't believe the fact that so many people continue to show up day after day after day. I love it. I love the energy, and this is what keeps me going. Okay, so it's just setting up the security rules, and today we will also be actually manipulating some of those rules. But yeah, here we go. We have the Cloud Firestore in place, right? The next thing that we need to do is go ahead and go over to the extensions tab. Okay, now you're probably wondering, like, I've never used the extensions, so today we're going to be using this together. Okay, so I'm going to pretend as if it's a first time run through, show you exactly how I would do it, my thought process behind it, exactly step by step, because in this build today, it's actually going to be quite a tricky one to get every step right. So I want you to follow, give it your best effort. Okay, so we're going to go down here, run subscription payments with Stripe. We're going to click on install. Okay, now you can see it says controls access to paid content by syncing your subscriptions with Firebase authentication. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and close this one out. And then basically what it does, guys, is it creates a bunch of different cloud functions for you, which is actually extremely powerful. Okay, if you've ever used cloud functions before, you'll know that in today's build, it will go ahead and actually do this for us, right? So Sanjay says remove the if condition in rules. Okay, so you can do that if you want, but I'm going to show you guys because we're going to change that file in a bit as well. Right, let's carry on. So we're going to go ahead and click next. And then here we need to set up billing. Okay, so you guys see that we do need the Blaze plan in order to use extensions. Now, this does not charge you. Okay, I think it charges you like 1 penny, right, or 1 cent on your account, maybe, like possibly. Okay, but I would recommend that even like if you feel uncomfortable with that, honestly, just get over it and put the card on the account. It's not going to charge you. But the thing I will say is just try it. Okay, try it before you knock it and kind of be like, oh, I'm not going to do it because I have to put a card on the account, right? Do that, give it a try, and if you absolutely can't, then I'd recommend that you just watch and you enjoy. Okay, but remember, like I said, put a card on the account, set up your billing, and then this will work. So here I'm going to click upgrade project to continue. Okay, so it'll say Blaze plan, pay as you go, and here we're going to click purchase. Right now, you might not have this, you might have to set up your billing. It won't take long. Okay, it won't take long to go ahead and do this, but remember, go ahead and do that. Right, so you're going to click on the purchase, and then here you've successfully upgraded your project. Perfect. Okay, and if you really want to, you can set a budget alert, right? So if you're really kind of scared, then go ahead, set up a budget alert, and then it will let you know if you went over £5 or something. Okay, which obviously you won't, but you know, it's going to just be to give you that peace of mind if it's making you a bit kind of nervous. What's up, Mohammed? He goes, yo, Sonny. Right, so now what we're going to do is review access granted to this extension. So we're going to click it, and you see it gives certain permissions to the extension. Okay, so extensions are like, think of it as like power-ups for Firebase. Okay, so Firebase is a set of tools provided by Google. We've got the database, we've got authentication, all this other stuff, cloud functions. The extensions are this kind of relatively new feature where you can basically like just upgrade your app. Literally, you just install it by doing what we're doing, and it just levels up your app and gives it really powerful stuff. Okay, so this is really, really cool stuff. Now, Red says, I am too young. Dude, we have 11-year-olds inside of our course, 14-year-olds who are making like crazy amounts of money. So yeah, you need to do it. Right, so let's go ahead and carry on. I'm going to click next. Perfect. Now here, we're going to go ahead and say configure the extension. So we're going to leave this to be default. And now here, what we're going to see is products and pricing plans collection. So here we can go ahead and leave it as products if we want. Here, customers, this will be where the customers get stored. So it's, you notice how it says collection. It's going to make this collection in the database. So it's obviously a NoSQL style database. Okay. Now here, sync new users to Stripe customers and Cloud Firestore. Here, I'm going to click sync. Okay, so every time as somebody registers, it will go ahead and sync them to our database. I want that. Okay, now Stripe API key with restricted access, right? So we need to get a Stripe API key. So what you need to do is head over to Stripe. So I'm going to go ahead and type in Stripe in Google, and then you guys will see Stripe, this one right here. You want to click it. Okay, now once you're inside Stripe, you want to create an account. Right, so you need to create an account with Stripe. Now, if you're wondering what the heck is Stripe, let's go ahead and have a look at what Stripe is. Okay. I'm just going to double check that my account currently isn't logged in. So I'm going to open up Stripe. and then you guys can see, I'll show you an example of what Stripe is. So you can see payments infrastructure for the internet. So loads of companies use Stripe, Deliveroo, a bunch of others, but it's extremely powerful. It allows you to charge cards. It allows you to have Apple Pay on your website. It allows you to have a bunch of other things on your website. Okay. So this is really, really powerful, right? Gurav, what's up, dude? Amazing stuff. To see you here. So you can see it's pretty much, it's a backbone for many internet businesses because it powers the payments, which is very tricky if you do it manually, okay? So this is what we're gonna go ahead and set this up with right now, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and create an account. So you wanna click on dashboard or sign in or register at the top, create your account, and then we'll move over to the next step. So once you've done that, at the top hand corner, you're gonna see like my business or something. You'll click it and a pop-up will come up saying enter a company name. So in this case, I've gone ahead and just done Papa YouTube demo, and I had this before for practice, but we're going to do Papa YouTube demo or whatever you want to call it. It's completely fine. Once we've done that, we can now get started, okay? So in this case, because it's a test app, I really don't mind showing the key, but obviously keep your key secret in the future, okay? So here you can click on get your API key, and then it shows you a bunch of things, okay? So you can see it says secret key and publishable key, right? So at this point, what we want to do is go ahead, and if we go and check out the extension steps, it said we need the live key. Okay, we need the live key. Now, whenever you're using a payment processing platform, you're probably wondering, okay, Sonny, but I don't want to get charged, right? How I want to test the app, but I don't want to actually test a real card, right? The way you do that is you have two sets of keys, right? Whenever you whenever you set up your app, you have a test key and then you have a live key, right? So we're only going to be using the test key today, and the test key allows you to process a fake card, and there's a special number we put into the card field, and basically you'll type in 4242 for that, the card number, and basically it will just pretend to charge a card, okay? And it will test the payment. But that's how we essentially prevent that from happening, okay? So here what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and say reveal test key, okay? So you guys obviously want to keep this a bit more of a secret. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is, just to make this a little easier, I'm going to go ahead and pop this on another desktop like so. So I'm going to go ahead and do this so that way we don't keep having to keep swap. So we need the live key. Okay, so I need the secret key. Okay, so this is Stripe API key with restricted access. So I'm going to go ahead and use, I'm sure it's this key. Let me just double check. API keys. And then I'm going to go ahead and reveal my actual key. Perfect. Yeah, so it's going to be the secret key. Okay, or it might be the restricted key. Let me just double check. No, it's not the restricted key. Okay, it's going to be our secret key. So I'm going to copy that, and then I'm going to go here and I'm going to paste it in. Okay, you can actually go ahead and create a restricted access key, but in this case I'm going to just use our test key. I'm sure it's the test key. I'm really sure it's the test key. Okay, so now what we're going to do is, you see here it says fill in from post install. So you actually leave this one, you leave that blank. Okay, you don't actually touch that one for now. But I'm going to double check with the key for a sec. Let's go ahead and check. It says go ahead and create keys, restricted API keys, publish key. Okay, so that's fine for now. We can use this key at the moment. Okay. Public key, test key. And let's just go ahead and double check. Over here, yeah, we're going to use this one. It's fine. If it's the wrong key, we can go ahead and change it anyway. Okay, but this one, you see it says fill in from post install. So we leave that as it is, okay? So I'm going to go ahead and click on install extension. All right, perfect. Now you can see it says it should take 3 to 5 minutes. Okay, so while that's loading, we're going to go ahead and I'm going to explain a few things that we have to do. So let's go ahead and click view details on how to use this extension in the meantime. And you guys can see a bunch of stuff comes up. Now you see we have to set a few things in place, okay? So typically this is where you have to pay attention and you don't just run ahead and guess and things like that, because it won't work. And then you're going to send me a question saying, I don't understand why it didn't work. And I'll be like, guys, you have to follow these things because it allows this stuff to work. There's a lot happening under the hood, right? The first thing we need to do is set the cloud Firestore security rules. Okay. So here, what this is doing is it's actually allowing only the authorized users to access their checkout sessions and subscriptions. Okay. So like you guys can have a look into this a bit more, but what it's going to do is inside of Firebase right now, inside of our Firestore collection, that extension is going to actually go ahead and automatically populate customers, their subscriptions, pricing plans inside of Firestore all by itself. That's pretty cool, right? All by itself, right? So what we're going to do here is go ahead and copy this, go to the, go over here. And while this is loading, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up a new tab for the Cloud Firestore. Okay. So while that's obviously, I don't want to move this away. I want to kind of let that do its thing. And then here, I'm going to click on rules. Dinesh, what's up, dude? Nice. So here, what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and grab all of this and paste the new rules. Okay. And I'm going to click publish. Okay. So something didn't copy over correctly. Let me just double check. I've not done it correctly. Let's go here. I actually need this over here. So let me go ahead and copy it again. And let's go ahead and paste. Oops. Yep. Paste. There we go. And publish. Right. So we've got a few errors here. It says params customers collection. Let me just double check, guys. I'm going to go ahead and double check on my other build that I did and just make sure that we get this perfect. Okay. Because I don't want to mess this one up because this one is actually a little bit tricky. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and pull out my Netflix clone and I'm going to get my previous rules. Okay. And this is the one that I needed. Yeah. Thought so. I thought it looked a bit strange. Right. So what we're going to do here is you guys can pretty much pause the video and copy this out if you would like, or I'll go ahead and I'll put it in the chat. So you want to go to the rules, go ahead and copy this in, right? So this is the overall thing that we need inside of our rules. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and paste that. I don't think it will paste into the chat right now. I mean, we can try, we can definitely try. Okay. So it's actually going to limit the sort of thing, but what you can do at this point is pause it and then you can go ahead and pretty much just copy this out. Okay. So what this is going to do is only going to allow the authenticated users access to the specific parts of the database. Okay. So what we're going to do now is publish. Okay. So we're publishing this and let's go ahead and check up on our Stripe payment. So it's still setting itself up. Okay. So while that's doing itself, what we can do is go ahead and we'll close this tab for now. And please don't spam the chat with asking questions, guys. If I'm not answering them, it's for a reason. So let me go ahead and do the following. So let me go to the this one right here. Okay. So it says configure Stripe webhooks. Okay. So this is a step that's absolutely necessary. Okay. So you can see we need to go to the Stripe dashboard. So I've got the Stripe dashboard over on, where's my Stripe dashboard gone? I've got my Stripe dashboard over here. So we can close that one. I've got the Stripe dashboard over here. I'm going to click on the webhook section over here. Click it. Right. And what I'm going to say now, and webhooks are essentially whenever something happens on Stripe, for example, a product is created, updated, deleted, and all these things, we need to go ahead and actually sort of like send an event to our Firebase application. Okay. So we need to go ahead and set this up. So what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and say use your URL of your extension function as your endpoint URL. So I need to actually go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and try and find the actual post install stuff. So where is my, let's go ahead and once this is set up, it will give us instructions which have our code available on it. Okay. In the meantime, let's go ahead and see what's happening in the chat. Surab says, Sunny, how to prevent previous data loss when you switch between profile and home every time I switch data? Again, fetch, how to stop this. So a lot of this stuff is architecture, guys. Like I can't give you a one straight answer in a sentence. This stuff we cover typically inside of like coaching calls inside of Zero to Full Stack Hero, but I can't answer those kind of questions because they're kind of architecturally speaking. It takes a little bit more understanding to answer those things because there's different solutions to it. But you guys can see it says install complete. So now I'm going to click on get started. So I would recommend you just wait for that because these instructions are a hell of a lot better than what I was looking at. So these ones will work if you copy that. Okay. So you'll copy the rules. So remember you guys, rather than copying what I was doing and sort of like writing it out manually, you guys can copy the rules over here, go to your Firestore and then just paste them like so. And that'll be perfect. There you go. Then you see it says configure Stripe webhooks. Now here you get a unique URL. So here's my webhook event. Okay, so what I'm going to do at this point, and I just want to say as well, we have a huge amount of support right now. Let's hit 300 likes, 250 people watching. Incredible, guys. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to go over to the Stripe dashboard. Okay, so where's my Stripe dashboard right now? Okay, it's over here. Webhooks. And I'm going to click on add endpoint. Okay, now the endpoint URL, I'm going to go ahead and pop in my endpoint URL. So you see that long string that he gave us over there, right? And now I need to activate it for these events. So what I'm going to do to make this a little bit easier is I'm going to go ahead and pop this on the same screen and show you guys, right? So this is what I have over in Stripe right now. So I'm going to add the endpoint And I'm going to basically go ahead and paste that long piece of text in. And then what we're going to do here is we don't need a description. You can, if you want, I guess, explain it. But here you want to go ahead and say product.created. And you need to actually go ahead and actually manually add these. Okay, so the next one is going to be product deleted and updated. So there we know, we go, let's add those three in. So there you see the three are here, right? So that's the top three. And we also need price dot created. We need price dot updated. We need price dot deleted. Okay, so now we have 6. Perfect. And then we have checkout session completed. And what's going to happen is every time these events happen in Stripe, it will tell our application, right? So this is how the communication happens. And here we'll say completed. So every time a checkout session is completed, it'll work. And then here we can go ahead and say customer subscription created, customer subscription deleted, right? So you guys can see if I go to the top, it's adding them. And then customer subscription updated. So customer subscription updated. Okay, so now I've got those 3. And the last one are tax rate, and they're optional, but we will add them for now, just in case you want to do stuff like that. So we're going to say tax underscore rate created, and I want updated. Okay, so guys, remember, go ahead and follow this, and you guys can go ahead and check this out, right? So anyone who's sort of like in the chat right now, if you're asking, you know, beginning questions, there's nothing wrong with that, guys. So even regarding Richard's sort of question right there or comment, guys, it doesn't matter if some things don't make sense to you. Okay, having exposure to how we solve a problem, how we mess around with new tools, it's going to increase your coding knowledge regardless, one way or another. Okay, so being exposed to this stuff is the important thing, right? So here we've got a bunch of stuff that's being ticked off, and now we should have, if you count it, it will match 12 events. Okay, perfect. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to click on add endpoint. Okay, perfect. So we've added this in, and then it says use the Firebase console or Firebase CLI. Reconfigure your extension with the webhook signing secret. So you can see over here it says signing secret. So it says click to reveal. So I'm going to click to reveal it, and it gives me this special secret key. Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to go ahead and click on the, you can click on the reconfigure link. So this should take us to the Firebase console. Actually, no, don't click on that one. You want to go to your Firebase link. So let's go to another Firebase tab, go over to extensions. And then you can see where we've got the run subscription payments, click manage, and then click on reconfigure extension. Okay. And if we go down here, you see where it said fill in from post install. Okay. So what we do here is we simply paste this secret key from Stripe. So we paste it in there. Okay, so yeah, guys, we're almost at 300 likes. Incredible, right? So go ahead and paste that key in, right? So once you've done that, you can see it will go ahead and update on this screen. Then you want to make sure you click on save, right? So again, it says it's going to take up to 3 to 5 minutes because it has to propagate that change throughout. Okay, so that's going to be as we expect it, and it's going to look pretty good. Now what we're going to do is go back to our instructions. So let's go ahead and make this full screen. So this was the instructions, the configuring step. And then you guys can see here. So it says, now you need to create your product and pricing information. Now this is the cool bit. Okay, this is the really, really cool bit. Yes, so Lewis says, aren't you not supposed to show anyone that secret key? Yes, you're not supposed to show people that key. I'm showing you for demonstrational purposes. I'll take the key off afterwards and make the key inactive. So, but you shouldn't be sharing that key. Okay, make that key. That's a secret key for a reason, but I'm sharing it to show you guys, you know, make it a bit easier rather than, you know, doing the whole blurring it out rubbish where you guys are confused. Is it that one that he's talking about? Right. So this is pretty cool at this point, right? Now we just need to go ahead and create products inside of Stripe. So inside of Stripe, what you can do, Stripe has a very nice UI if you've never used Stripe before. Okay. You go over to products on the left-hand side. You click on add product. Okay. So here, what you've got is different products. Okay, so let's go ahead and have 3 types of plans. On Netflix, they have the basic plan, they have the standard plan, and then they have the premium plan. Okay, now the basic plan, I think it does only like 720p. The standard plan does 1080p, and then the premium does 4K and HDR content. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and do that right now. Samuel says, Sunny is our papa, so he can go ahead and show us. Exactly, dude. Let's go ahead and check this out. Nice. Paris says, hey, Sunny, just wanted to mention that our React build are very informative and loaded with valuable content. I'm a software engineer myself, but I get to learn new things. Thank you so much. Honestly, incredible stuff. So here I'm going to start with the basic plan. I'm going to say basic plan. Okay. And then here in the description, what I'll say is I'll say, okay, let's just say 720p, right? And then you can upload images and all that good stuff, but right now we're going to leave it. Now here for the pricing, we're going to do standard pricing, and I'm going to say, let's just say the basic was like, I think it was a $7.99 or something, right? But you can determine the pricing here if you want, right? Whatever you decide. So let's just say it's $5.99 for basic, $8.99 for standard, and then $13.99 for premium. I'm sure that was roughly it. So we're going to leave it in. We can do it in pounds because I'm in the UK. So we're going to say £6. So recurring subscription monthly. Okay, so perfect. We have a recurring plan. And then I'm going to go ahead and click save and add more, right? So I'm going to click save and add more. That will go ahead and add the product to our list of products, right? So the next one is going to be standard, right? So basic plan. And this one, did I say plan or did I say, I think I just did standard plan, right? I did say plan, right? It wasn't just basic. I think I did basic plan. I can't remember. Let me know. And then here in the description, we'll say 1080p, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and nice, Emerson, that's what I'm talking about. He goes, you know what? I will watch all the past videos and make this Netflix till tomorrow night. Hell yeah, dude. And make sure I see you there tomorrow, right? Learn says, appreciate your work. Thank you so much. Hey, Mehban's in the house. Sonny wrote basic plan. Thank you, Bridget. Nice. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go down to the pricing, and then here we'll say, okay, so we did $5.99, so I'm going to say $8.99 GBP for the standard, which is 1080p, and then perfect monthly, and it's recurring, you see, and we go ahead and say save and add more. Perfect. Okay, and then what we're going to do is add the premium plan. So we'll say premium plan. Okay, the premium plan is going to have 4K plus HDR. Okay, now here I'm going to go ahead and say standard pricing. Yep, standard. Go ahead and do GBP, and this one's going to be, I think it was $13.99 a month. Okay, and that gives you 4K and HDR, and then perfect. I'm going to hit save product on this one rather than save and add more. Save product, and this should take me to the product screen, right? So if I go ahead and click on products now, I can see, look, 3 payment plans, right? So this is really nice, right? Because what we're actually going to go ahead and see is like everything in a very nice UI, right? And Shashwan says, only because you're making a React web app seems so easy. As a newbie, your content is just gold. Also trying my best to complete the assignments. Keep on going. Exactly, dude. Keep on going. Doesn't matter if you get stuck. I'm using Mac OS, guys, not Ubuntu. I'm using Mac in all of my builds. Okay. Oh, nice. We're about to break 300 likes, guys. I'm going to have a quick water break. Let's see if we can break it in that time. Also, if you don't know, I also stream on Twitch. Twitch is amazing. The quality is incredible over on Twitch. Okay. Lewis says, is it possible to use PayPal? You can use something called Braintree if you use PayPal, but it's a nightmare to integrate over Stripe. Stripe is very nice compared to this, right? So here we have the products set. Okay, this is really nice. So now what we can do is go ahead and look down, and you've got everything sort of set up, right? We've done this bit. The next thing that we can do is you can actually add custom rows to products. Okay, you can actually add custom rows to products, and what this will do is it will allow you to basically have, so let's go down here. What's really cool about this one is it will actually go ahead and upgrade, sort of like, for example, if this is our rules, right? Our Firebase function rules. And I don't usually go over rules a lot, but what actually tends to happen here, and we're about to break 300. We're about to break 300. Come on. One more person, guys. Smash that like, and we're going to hit the 200. We hit the 20K mark today. We are literally creeping on it. I'm looking at it right now. Yay, there we go. 300 likes. Thank you so much, guys. Nice. It always gives me so much energy when you guys drop that stuff. So I really love that, all right? I know it might be a little bit irritating, but you know, I like to keep the energy high, right? Mark, thank you. He goes, well, great work. I couldn't follow consistently. Don't worry, dude. Just be there tomorrow. Huge training. It's going to be incredible. Okay. Right. So you can see here, right? This is really cool because basically look what's happening. It says allow the reading of the content, which is in basic, like the basic sort of section of our database, and then the premium section of our database is here, but allow the access of basic if the person has basic subscription or they have premium subscription. Okay, you can actually do that, which is really cool. And you can also add rules to like the premium section if they're only, and you see here it only allows the premium subs, not the basic subs. So you can actually at the database level restrict who has access to what. Now that's really powerful, right? That's actually really powerful because that literally will go ahead and stop unwanted access requests and things like that. And we also do that to protect against unauthorized users from accessing other people's information. Okay, so this is going to really help you out quite a lot, right? Anyone who doesn't have a credit card or anything like that they can put on the account, then you guys can always kind of, you can experiment kind of with other approaches, but guys, don't take it to heart. Okay, like just go ahead and remember, learn something from it and then keep pushing. Okay, so Monwa says, is today the final day in terms of the build? Yes, today is the final day, but sign up tomorrow if you haven't. First link in the description. Day 5 is going to be huge. Okay, we've got a training and we're going to be awarding bonuses to everyone. Okay, so we're not going to do that top bit at the moment. Configure the customer portal. Okay, so what you can do is here, you can actually go ahead and you need to actually enable all of these things, right? So again, this is to allow the extension to work. So I'm going to pop this over to one side right now, and we're going to go over to our settings. Okay, now inside of settings, we should have a branding section. So down here we have branding. Right now for branding, what you can do is you can actually add icons, logos, all that good stuff. And this will go ahead and set up how that screen looks. So do you remember that screen that we went ahead and processed the payment with? Okay, so I think it's over here, right? So let me go ahead and show you guys. So if I go ahead and click subscribe, and then it's async, so it does take a second. You guys, as a sort of extension, once we're done, you can add a loader if you want that. But you can see this element, this sort of look and feel, if it had a product image, by the way, so if we gave the Netflix standard plan here a product image, it will come up at this point, right? But we can add logos and stuff like that inside the branding section. So here, I'm going to change the brand color to maybe just a sort of red, just to resemble a bit of Netflix. Nice. And then the accent color, let's go ahead and say just a black. Okay, so it's that kind of Netflix kind of colors. Okay, and you can see here, look, it shows you the mobile view, the sort of desktop view. This is how it will appear on the phone. You've got the customer portal and all this sort of beautiful stuff over here, right? So this looks really, really clean. We're going to click on the save changes, but before we finish that off, I'm just going to go ahead and see, you see, configure the customer portal settings. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and make this full screen, save the changes here. Right, but then what I'm going to do is go ahead and check out, let's see, customer portal. All right, and then I'm going to go to settings. We've done the branding. Where is the customer portal? Customer portal is over here at billing. Yeah, so we're going to click customer portal. Now here you see there's a few options that we have to enable. Okay, so the options that we want to enable here are actually going to be these ones. So it's going to be toggle on allow customers to update their payment method. Okay, nice. So we're almost, guys, I think we can break 400 likes today. I'm telling you, we can do it. Right? Allow customers to update their payment method. We're going to toggle that. Perfect. Allow customers to update their subscriptions and cancel subscriptions. We're going to toggle the cancel subscriptions. And here, what's really cool is you can cancel at the end of the billing period. So imagine like you pay for a month of Netflix and cancel your subscription. They give you access for the month. So that's how you decide if you want to do that here. And then you've also got the update description bit, right? So this one was important. We want to allow customers to update subscription quantities, right? So let's go ahead and do allow customers to switch to a different pricing plan. That's the one that we wanted, right? And then here you can say issue an invoice at the end of the billing period or issue the invoice immediately, right? So in this case, you would usually issue an invoice immediately if they switched plan, okay? So that's exactly what they want to kind of do. Nice, a guy from Tanzania, but you are giving me a lot of energy, Sonny, doing coding. I think I'm part of React now. You are a genius. Thank you so much, dude. Appreciate the kind words. All right, so at this point, we've enabled all the right things. So your screen should look a bit like this right now, okay? And then we're going to go ahead and let me just remove the cookies, God's sake. And then we're going to go down here and click on, let me just make it full screen so you guys can see. We're going to click on save, okay? Okay, so when updating a description, oh, so we need to actually select the product, sorry. So here we go ahead and add all the products that it applies for. So we're going to go ahead and add the basic, premium, and standard, okay? So you have to go ahead and do that. And then you see terms of service, okay? So here, right now, if your website had a terms of service, I'm going to use, literally just going to use a blank example.com.terms, right? So, because obviously I don't really, we're not doing the terms and service right now. But here, if you had a privacy and terms, you would put it in here. Okay, then you want to click save. And guys, this is actually sort of, you know, this is gonna allow you to build those apps that are actually e-commerce apps with full payment systems, integration, everything. Now, if that's not powerful, I like, this is powerful stuff. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is go ahead and click on save. And I can see people following over on Twitch. Thank you so much. We've got Sina. Thank you for following. Right, so go ahead and click save. Now, there we go. Right, changes to the following sentence only apply to test mode. So if you do switch the mode, you need to go ahead and update that as well a second time, okay? So now here it says using the extension, okay? So here, add the product, set up the required business information and links. The final thing that you would have had to do is at the top over here, if it said like business name or something, you have to click it and give it a business name. Now, trust me, you can't skip that step because it will bite you later on, okay? You need to make sure you go ahead and do that, okay? Look at that, guys. Pretty Boy just says, hi everyone, I just got an offer with a React position. So happy switching from Angular. Incredible, dude. Incredible stuff. All right. So using the extension, right? So it shows you a bunch of stuff. You have a demo application over here, but then you guys can see, look, let's go ahead and check this out. So you guys can go ahead and read the docs at this point, but I'm going to show you how to implement it, okay? So here you can see, look, list available products and prices, DB collection. It shows you a bunch of stuff. And you can see start a subscription with Stripe checkout. So we've got a bunch of instructions here, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and implement all of this stuff. And you can see you can do so much stuff here. You can apply a discount, coupon codes, add multiple prices, all sorts of stuff. But we're gonna kind of keep it relatively somewhat simple. So at this point, if I go over to Cloud Firestore, look at this, guys, right? So if I go ahead and refresh, give it just a second, and we should have Netflix clone YouTube. Perfect. Yes. If we give it a second, our products should start coming through over on this side, right? Now I am going to quickly check a quick setting on the extensions right now to see if I've given it the correct key, right? I do want to double check one thing real quick, so that way I make sure that I'm giving you guys correct information. So there is a key that we gave earlier, the secret key, and yes, I have given it the correct key. Perfect. Okay. This is good. So what we should see now is if we go over to our build, let me go ahead and pull out the Netflix on YouTube. Nice. And then let's go back here. Nice. So what we should see eventually is some products over here, okay? And those products will go ahead and push in our products from our Stripe database, okay? So what we're going to do now is actually go ahead and pull those products from the database. So this should actually have the products here right now. Now let's go ahead and sort of see why that's not happening. So let's go ahead and click extensions, go ahead and run subscription payments. There we go. And remember, it said it will take 3 to 5 minutes, okay? So it might need to go ahead and synchronize it. But to test this that it works, what I'm going to do is actually go ahead and register a user, okay? So here is our application, Netflix Burn. It's on localhost 3001. I'm going to go ahead and open this up. And let's go ahead and create a user. So I'm going to go ahead and create a new user. Let's go ahead and sign out, sign in. Let's go ahead and say stripe@gmail.com. And I'm going to say ABC. Sign up now. Okay. So it's signed up as this user. Okay. If I go ahead and go back to the Netflix clone right now and hit refresh, the cloud function should have fired off at this point. There we go. You see, it created a customer, and it actually went ahead and added them into the database. So you see how it did that, right? Which is incredible, right? It went ahead and just did that automatically, right? So at this point, we should be seeing some customers come in, some products also at this point. So what I'm actually gonna do, just to double check that we've done this correctly, is I'm gonna just see our functions, right? So over in the functions field, what we can do is here you can see all the different functions that have been created. Let's check the logs out. Right, so we can see a bunch of stuff happened here. Okay. So at this point it says create a new customer. So that is where the customer was created. Okay. Nice. So this is looking pretty good at this point so far. Go back to Cloud Firestore. What we may need to do is re-add the products, right? Because I mean, I think it has a synchronization period, but I kind of want to force the synchronization. So what we should see at this point, if I go into my previous build, you should see the customers that we've added. And then if we go into the products, you'll get the 3 products, for example, Netflix Standard, Netflix Basic, and Netflix Premium. And you see it will have the description, it will have active, and then it will also have the appropriate prices alongside it inside of another section over here. Okay, so we'll have all of those things inside of it. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and switch back to the actual build. Hey, Mabon's in the house. Nice. So I'm going to go over to the actual Stripe now. Where is our Stripe? Where did we put Stripe? Let me find it. Yep, there we go. Let's go over to Stripe. And then let's go ahead and check out the products. Okay, so let's open our products right here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a test product right now. Okay, so I'm going to say this is a test product, and then it's got a description of testing 1, 2, 3. And then here I'm going to go ahead and say this is a 123 product, recurring monthly. Go ahead and click save product. Okay. Josh says, are you using Restream? No, I'm using Streamlabs to do this. Right, and it has something called multi-stream. Right. So at this point, I just added a product. Right. So now I'm going to go ahead and check to see if it's synchronized. Okay, so you can see I added in that new product, right? Which means that I actually sort of should have waited until I added those products after. So what I'm going to do at this point is I'm going to go ahead and recreate the products just to force a push in, because it will do it after some time, but I don't want to wait while we're live. Okay, so at this point I'm going to go back to my Stripe and I'm going to quickly recreate those plans. Okay, so what we do here is I can go ahead and right now it's very simple to delete plans. Okay, so it's right now it says can't delete it because it's being used in a transaction. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm actually going to create 3 additional plans because these ones aren't synced up right now. Okay, yeah, so you see it's being used right now. Okay, so let's go ahead and firstly I just want to see if this does sync up finally. If it does, it'll make life easier. If not, we can just create new plans. It's fine. Okay, so right now I'm going to go ahead and create new plans. So I'd recommend adding the products afterwards and then it would work. Okay, so what we're going to do here is click add product, and here I'll say premium. So right now it will actually show all of these plans, which is fine, I guess. It'll be fine. I'm going to click add product. Hey, gorgeous, Merbon's in the house. So here I'll say premium, and then I'm going to go ahead and say 4K plus HDR. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and say the standard sort of, you know, $13.99, and we're going to change it to GBP. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is type in save and add more, and then here I'll go ahead and say basic. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is type in 720p. Okay, and then here I'm going to do standard pricing, and I'll go ahead and do, I'll say 100 and give me one sec, guys. I'm going to go ahead and do not the 100. So the basic plan was the cheapest, so it was $5.99 GBP. Okay, and then I'm going to go ahead and say save and add more. Okay, so I'm going to add the final one, which is the premium. No, we've done the premium. It's going to be the standard plan. Standard plan. And this one was going to be 1080p. Okay, and this one was actually going to be $8.99 GBP. Okay, nice. And then we're going to go ahead and click save product. Right, so now let's go back to our products and have a check. So you see I've got duplicates here, so ignore everything underneath here. We're focused on these ones, standard, basic, and premium. Okay, and what I would recommend is after you set it up, then go ahead and double check so it synchronizes. So now you can see on our Firebase, it's successfully synchronized the products. Okay, so I don't want this product, the one that has testing 1, 2, 3 in it. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that. Okay, so I don't want that one. But we've got the perfect 3 things in here. So I've got the premium, I have the basic, and I have the standard, should be the final one. And each one's got an appropriate description, and inside of it, it's got a prices collection, which has all of the pricing information. So firstly, guys, that is pretty cool, right? I don't know about you guys, but that's actually pretty cool. Okay. Aaron says you just needed to edit the old product and then save. Yeah, you're right, dude. I realized after I added the first one, I was like, hang on, update product would have pushed it as well. But yeah, it's completely fine. You can either edit it and then save it, and then it would have triggered the update webhook and pushed it to the Firestore, or you can go ahead and, you know, re-add it. It's fine for now though, right? So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and say, but thank you for the good suggestion, dude. All right. Drew, thank you so much. Right, so now we've got the customers over here, and then we've got the products over here. So you guys can see it's actually automatically doing all this stuff, right? So let's go ahead and actually, you know, hook this up in our Firebase, right? So I'm going to go over to our code. This is back to the fun stuff now. And we're going to go back to our application. So this one right here. Okay, so this was the sort of, you know, the Stripe that we had sort of, this is the actual finished one. But I'm going to go ahead, and this is our end goal. Right now, I'm going to go ahead and do this. Can you repeat what you said about doing first before setting the plans on Stripe? So no, Bridget, I'm not going to repeat it because it's quite an intricate set of steps. So please rewind, watch the video back and follow those steps. You know, like go ahead and rewind, pause it and things like that. Follow those steps because that's really kind of like, they're kind of quite detailed steps. But if you kind of are following everything through and you kind of get lost at any point because there are a few steps to follow, just remember, guys, go into, so even if you don't know where to find this, go into the extensions on the left. Okay, go over to extensions, literally go ahead and go to manage, and then click on how this extension works, and you'll get all of the instructions step by step. And I just went through these. That's all I did, right? I went through these. Cesar says, dude, thanks as always for all the explanations. You're welcome, dude. That's what I'm here for. I like to break it down, make the complicated stuff simple, right? So Sonny, you're so damn amazing, man. I've learned a lot from you. Thank you so much, Shraddha. Really appreciate it. All right. So now what we're going to do is we've got our product set up. Again, it's not nice that we have these. Typically, you shouldn't have these. You should just have your main, but you know, you can delete these later. It's fine. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we've got our stuff stored in Firestore. So we can actually just go ahead and actually pull that information inside of our app using the typical approach. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, go to our code right here. Perfect. And then I'm going to go ahead and remove this. So the first area I want to tackle is actually, I guess, the plans page, right? So we're going to go over to the plan screen, and inside the plan screen, I want to have so let's go over to the plans where, oh, my code's frozen. Okay. Plan screen. We don't actually have the plan screen right now. We have where am I at? We're at the profile screen. Okay. So I didn't add the plans yet. Okay. So here we have the profile screen, which is responsible for this part. I keep moving things around because I want it to be clear for you guys. Okay, so here we have the profile screen, which is responsible for this area right here. Okay, whoa, Aman says 4 likes, and then we are literally at 350. That's what I'm talking about, guys. So yeah, Samuel, I think this is not going to last longer than 2 hours, to be fair. Okay, so go ahead, you know, give me your full attention, and then we can go ahead and crush it. Okay, so amazing stuff, and 2 likes away from 350, and we are literally sitting at 250 viewers right now across our platforms. I actually really like this beat in the background. He goes, I am here with 200% attention. That's what I'm talking about, dude. I'm going to go ahead and repeat that one. I really like that. Nice. Let's carry on. So we have the plans right here. Right? Fantana says, really starting to see how powerful this can be. Hell yeah. 350 likes. That's what I'm talking about, guys. That's it. Let's keep going. Nice. I love it. Honestly, I can't believe every day you guys show up and you got the same energy and you still believe in me. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So at the profile screen, okay, what I'm going to do is here we have the plans, right? Now the sign out button lies here. So underneath plans, I'm going to actually go ahead and just sort of render a plans screen, right? And the reason being is, let's go ahead and say plans screen. Okay, now the reason being is because it's going to be a lot of, right now this, where is it? Let me go ahead and pop this. Where's my app? Okay, so this is the final finished app. Okay, this one right now, this entire section, I want it to be its own sort of clever component. Okay, I want it to be its own clever component. So can you share your playlist? Ooh, I'll see about that. I'll see about that. Okay, well, maybe we'll see if we can hit maybe 500 likes, then maybe, you know. Right, so here we've got the plan screen. So I'm going to go ahead and create that component right now. So I'm going to go and actually go ahead and say plans screen. So plans screen.js. There we go. And here I'll say RFCE. Boom. Tech Center said, I accidentally clicked this link and here I am. Welcome, dude. I guarantee you're not going to regret clicking that link, dude. So here I'll say plans screen.css. And dude, if you're new here, if anyone's new here, then go ahead and check out the first link in the description where we have a huge training tomorrow, right? It's going to be a massive event. We literally have like 1,000 people signed up to that event tomorrow, plus like 1,000 plus. We have 2,000 people signed up to this overall event. Absolutely crazy stuff. Absolutely crazy stuff. But you have to be there. So first thing in the description, you have to be there to win like a free prize. Everyone who goes there will get a free prize. So why not? Right? So let's go ahead and check out plan screen.css. So at this point, I'm going to say import. Thank you so much for the donation. Thank Ali for the $5 donation. Appreciate that, dude. Plans screen.css. There we go. And then here I'll say class name equals plan screen. Nice. And what are we going to have inside the plan screen right now? Okay. Inside the plan screen, it's going to be a few different things really. So at the top, we're going to have an info section. Okay. So at the top, I'm going to have like an info section which will be the product. So each one of these things, I'm going to basically, let's think about this. How are we going to do this, right? So we actually need to firstly get the products, okay? Hey, Twitch sub, another donation. Thank you, Thema Ali. Amazing. Shaswat says, it's your music that keeps us even more engrossed for 1 to 2 hours. Hell yeah. Honestly, I think I've mastered the music on the coding stuff. All right. So firstly, we're going to pull the products from the database, okay? So here I'll say const. No, I'm not allowed to play a real song because it's going to be copyright. So I use Epidemic Sounds, and I love Epidemic Sounds. Products. And then here we'll say use state. So we're going to use a state hook, use state hook. There we go. This is a real song, Josh says. Yeah, it's true. This is a good damn song, right? So we're going to make it an empty array by default. And then we're going to import use state. There we go. Save. All right. And then what we're going to do is go ahead and do this. And you have quite strict music, right? So you'll go ahead and actually take the video down, or it'll demonetize it if we go ahead and use a song, which you don't want to happen on your YouTube videos. They don't get happy with that. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're actually going to have a use effect. Okay, so we're going to have a use effect, and we want to fetch the plans from the database. Okay, so remember that extension actually went ahead and pushed the sort of products from Stripe into our database, right? So what we're going to do is go ahead, grab those products that went into the Stripe database, and then load them up on the screen. So let's do it. So here what I do is I go ahead and say use effect like this, and I go, and this has an arrow function inside. I only want this to run once on the component mount. What's up, Kian? Good to see you here again, man. Hopefully I see you here tomorrow as well, dude. And guys, keep it positive in the chat, okay? Otherwise you will get blocked. All right, so here I'm gonna go ahead and pull the DB. My girlfriend's popping up again. What's up, Meva? So I'm gonna say DB, and then we're gonna say DB dot, and I'll say collection, and then I'm gonna say collection of products, okay? Now, why am I doing a collection of products? Because if we remember, inside of Firebase, collection of products. So I'm gonna go ahead and fetch these 3 products. So here I'll say products, and then I'll go ahead and say where active is true. And the reason why I want to filter it is because you see here it says you can have different products which are either active or false, right? So here I only want to get the active products, okay? So here I'll say where active is equal to, oops, and you have to put a comma there. Where active is comma true, okay? So save. And then what I'll do is I'll say .get. So we usually use on snapshot, but I don't really care for the real-time listener because it's not likely the plan is going to change. So why do I need to then real-time listen to it? So instead I'm going to use something called get, right? And what get will do is it will give us something called a query snapshot because we queried by active. Okay, so here I'll say this is the query snapshot. Okay, and what do I do with this query snapshot? Well, firstly, I'm going to go ahead and say, let's go ahead and create an empty products object. Okay, so I'm going to create an empty products object. Okay, then I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to go ahead and say, I know Shashwat says this song pumps me out. I think everyone should plan a surprise dinner for Simon because he is providing such a valuable learning. I agree with you guys. I agree. Hydrate. Thank you, dude. I'm actually super thirsty. 210 viewers already as well, still watching, and almost at 400 likes. Okay, let's keep going. So now we've got the products here, right? So we're going to go ahead and say query snapshot, and this will return a bunch of docs because it's an array. So I'll say for each of the docs, I want to go ahead and say, and this bit's actually very important, all right? So I'm going to say async, right? Because I'm going to have some async await stuff here. This will give me the product doc. Okay, so every time I go through, it'll give me the product doc. Okay, Samuel, the reason why you get 190 is because I'm looking at multiple platforms right now. So Twitch, I'm looking at YouTube, and I'm looking at Facebook. I stream to all the platforms, so it may look like 190 on YouTube, but it's actually a hell of a lot more in the grand scheme of it because people are watching from different platforms. So here what we do is we'll say products, right? So I'm going to go ahead and populate my object with the information. So I'll say, okay, go inside this object and go to where we have the product doc.id. Okay, so product doc.id, and I'm going to go ahead and set that to the product doc.data. Now, what is product doc.data? Right, if I go ahead and do this, this is going to be the data inside. So this stuff right here. Okay, this is the one that goes ahead and sets up. So I'll go ahead and do colon. There we go. and then semicolon, and I'll say const. And this is where I basically need to go ahead and basically remember, guys, each product inside of the collection has its own variables, and then it has its own inner collection of prices, even though it's one price, and this has the pricing information. So how do we get that, right? How do we go ahead and get that? Okay, so what we're going to do right now is thank you so much, Amin. That's a really kind sort of comment there. Because it's true, honestly, me and Mebon both really kind of work hard in sort of what we're passionate about. She's really like pushing her dance career. I'm really pushing the coding space. And guys, like together, like, and we have to sacrifice that time with seeing each other and with lockdown and all that headache just to go ahead and deliver, you know, keep on delivering and keep on pushing ourselves. So I did see Mebon's messages. She says he supports me so much. I see you, baby. Okay, so now we say const, and now here I'll say price snap. Okay. So price snap, and then here what I'm going to do is I'm going to say await, because we're making like an async request. Okay, so I'm going to say product ref, and this is pretty cool, right? Because what we're going to do here is I'm going to say product doc, sorry. So I'm going to get the product doc, and I'll say dot ref. Okay, so say product dot ref, and I'll say collection. So product ref dot collection. How do you switch your camera so fast? I use a stream deck, and then here I'll say go into the prices of that document, and I'll say get. Okay, so this will go ahead and get me the price, right? So go ahead and get me the prices docs. Then what you need to do, because there could be the possibility of having more than one price snap dot docs. So if this is kind of overwhelming, just break it down with me as you watch it, okay? And then I'll say price snap dot docs dot for each. And then I'm going to say for every single doc, so all of the prices essentially. I use Streamlabs OBS, dude. So I'm going to go ahead and do this, and then I'll say yep, and then here I'll say product doc.id, because I'm going into that product doc.id that we're basically creating our own little kind of object here. And I'll say go and set the prices of our own little object. And I'll say set that object inside of that to have two things. I'm going to say a price ID, and this is going to be the price doc.id. So here what I can actually say is I'll rename this to price to make it a little bit easier. And I'll say rename it to the price ID. And then here I'll say price data. Yeah. And then this will be it'll be price, dot data. Okay. And this again will go ahead and go inside the prices doc and then get this information, which is the data inside of our price. Okay. So that's what we're essentially doing here, right? So it might have seemed a bit kind of hefty what we're doing there, right? So at this point, what we're going to do is we're going to go underneath here and we're going to say set products. Okay, so set products, and I'm going to set that to our products object outside. Okay, so set products. Now, what I'm going to do here to test that this thing is actually working and it's operating as I want it to, is outside the user effects. So on all the renders, I'm just going to render the product. I'm going to see if it's pulling in the information and passing it. Okay, and I recommend you do this as well, because there are many areas where you could have gone wrong there. Okay, so make sure you do this step to see if you're still doing right. I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to make sure I'm rendering the plan screen correctly. So in profile screens, I'm going to go ahead and import the plan screen. So at the top here, import, refresh, and I'll pull out my inspector, and then let's go ahead and make this full screen for a sec. And it says the use effect is not defined. So let's go to our plan screen. We need to go ahead and import the use effect, save. And then let's go ahead and check it out. So refresh, and we can see this, right? So what I'm going to do here is I'm actually going to go ahead and pull this underneath. There we go. So you guys can see it a little bit easier. I'm going to click console. And then what I'm going to do is you see here, right? So it's actually given me an object. Okay, so it started and it's giving me an object. Now here, what I'm seeing is 3 different products. Now, if you see what I've done here is I've created an object based on these products, right? And then what I've done is I've got the information, right? I've got this information, and I've basically gone ahead and then got the prices information and added this to that one product. Okay, so now in this one sort of product object, we have the product itself with the description, the name, and the price of that product, including the type, if it's recurring, if it's one-off, and all that sort of stuff. So at this point, it's pulling that information from sort of, remember, the extension communicates with Stripe, populates our Firestore database, and then this will go ahead and pull from our Firestore database. Okay, and all of the interactions between Firebase go ahead and are sort of mapped out. Now, okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and continue on. So I'm actually going to map that on the screen. So how do I map that on the screen? Because it's an object, you can't literally map through it like you would an array. Okay, so the way you map through an object is you basically go ahead and say object.entries. Now the music is cut off because we've literally gone ahead and finished that entire place. So I'm going to start from the beginning, and I do love this song, so check this one out. This one's always kind of an upbeat, nice, positive song. All right, thank you so much, Michael. He says, Sonny is giving us all he can possibly afford for free, so let's keep it positive. Thank you so much, dude. Really, really appreciate that. He goes, let's show him some love and motivation. Thank you so much, dude. I really, really appreciate that. All right. Almost at 400 likes. Almost at 400 likes. Right. So object.entries. Right. So object.entries. And what this will do is it will go ahead and give me basically a array back, and it'll give me like the key and value pairs as an array. Okay. So here what I do is I pass in products, and then this is a kind of an ES6 function here. I'll say map through. Okay. And what we do here is basically we put the parentheses. Okay. We put a parentheses. And then what we do is we go ahead and we destructure, right, the array that comes back, because what will be inside of it is the first thing will be the product ID, and the second thing will be the product data. And why is it like that? Because look, the first thing will be the key. So this is the product ID, and the second thing will be the product data inside of it. So the first part, product ID, and then the second part, product data. That's why we go ahead and open it like that. Thank you, Shashwan, for the donation. He goes, said, can't thank you enough for this gold content. I appreciate that so much. Right, let's carry on, guys. I'm gonna go ahead and say an arrow, and then we're gonna go ahead and have our code, yeah? And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and actually have a, so here at this point, I'm gonna eventually add some code here. So I'm gonna add some logic to check if the user's subscription is active, right? So we'll add some stuff over here afterwards. Oops. So that's a to-do, right? So we call this to-dos when we're coding, right? You can go ahead and do something like this. And I've got an extension which highlights the to-dos. So that looks pretty good at this point. But what I'm going to do after is I'll say return. And then what I'm going to return is going to be the following. Right, so this is going to be the rest of the sort of plan section. So our goal here is to build this out now from the data that came back from the DB. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and refresh and just see. Nice. So at this point it's crashing because there's nothing that's being returned. Okay, so we need to fix that. So, and also the return should not be an object, it should be parentheses. There we go. So here I'm going to have a div. Okay, and this is going to have the plans screen plan, because this is going to represent each, because what we're doing is we're looping through the objects, and we're going to basically push out this, then we'll loop through and push out this, then we'll loop through and it'll push out this. All right, so that's why it's happening. Okay, so at this point what I'm going to say is say plan screen, inside of it plan screen _ info. Okay, and inside of here this will represent the left hand side. Okay, so the left hand side over here, what we're going to have is we're going to have the product data dot name, and this will give us the product data, the plan that we're on, right? So inside of here this will actually be so I'm going to cut this for a second. I'm going to have that inside of a h5 tag, and then I'm going to have a h6 tag, and this one will be product data dot description. Okay, so product data dot description, and then underneath that I'll have a button. Okay, so underneath that I'll have a button. Thank you so much, Amin, for honestly really helping out right now in the chat. Nearly at 400 likes, guys. Let's keep pushing. And like I said, if you haven't already, first link in the description if you're new here and you've just joined in, with a huge event happening tomorrow. And let's go ahead and bring up the energy again with the challenge song, right? So you can ignore the sort of error for now. We'll fix that in a sec. But then what we're going to do is have a button which basically will say this, like a subscribe option. Okay, so it'll say some kind of subscribe inside of it. Okay, so let's go ahead and see why this isn't coming. Oh, nice, look at that. Yeah, there we go. So now I'm going to close this out, and you guys can see, look at that, it pulled in that data and we've rendered it out on the screen. So this is coming from Firestore, the database, right? And remember, Firestore is getting populated based on Stripe's information because we have the extension. So look, think of it this way. We have Firestore over here. we have Stripe over here, and then we have the extension, which basically bridges the two things together, right? And every time we add a product in Stripe, it goes ahead and updates Firebase, right? The Firestore database. And then we can basically interact with each, and it basically stays in sync because of that extension, right? So that's how it goes ahead and does it. So what we can do at this point is we can basically go ahead and say, so we've got the subscribe button over here. So I need to know, right? I need to basically know what plan the person is on. Right? I need to know what exact kind of plan they're on, right? So I need to go ahead and access I need to go into where the user is, and their customer ID is what we've logged in as. And then what I should have inside of here is I should have the, let me go ahead and double check something, one sec. Subscriptions. Oh yeah. So once they go ahead and subscribe to it, there will be another collection in here for the active subscriptions. Okay. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and basically have it so that the next step here is actually going to go ahead and implement. Firstly, when I click a subscribe button, it's going to go ahead and load the checkout, right? So that's the first step that we do. Okay. So on the click of that button, so on this button click, so I'm going to say on click. What I want to do is I'm going to make this a bit smaller because it's hard to see at the moment. So I'll go ahead and say load checkout. Okay, load checkout. And what I'm going to pass to this is the current, because remember we're rendering rows here, right? I'm going to pass to this the product data dot prices, dot prices dot price ID. Okay, perfect. And guys, just focus on the positive stuff. Don't worry about all the negativity. That's fine. Honestly, we're stronger than that, right? So we're going to hit save, and there you go, right? Now I'm going to create the load checkout function. So I'm going to say const load checkout, and there we go, right? So we got the load checkout function. Now the load checkout, we passed it a parameter. This is going to be an asynchronous function, okay? So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to say async, and it takes a price ID. We pass the price ID in here because think about it, right? What we're doing here is we're actually rendering the list out, right? That list, and then, oops, it says cannot read property price ID of undefined. That is because what we need to do is at some point it can be undefined. So we need to go ahead and protect ourselves. Let me go and check that out. Oh yeah, oops, sorry. What am I doing? That's wrong. Here we should do on click. This should be an arrow. My bad. There we go. Otherwise it's just gonna invoke the function straight away. Okay, there we go. So on click, when we do it, it will go ahead and trigger off the load checkout function, okay? So at this point, this is where we have, this is where we go ahead and have the checkout functionality. So it should, when I click the subscribe button, redirect. But firstly, let's just style that because it's kind of throwing us off by looking at, right? It's kind of like being a bit confusing by looking at that. So I'm going to go ahead and open up my plan screen underneath. Okay, so I'm going to open up plan screen underneath, and then here we have the plan screen info and a bunch of stuff. Okay, so what I'm actually going to do here is open up my plan screen CSS so I can have a look. And then, what's up, Alexandros? Good to see you in there, dude. Right, so I'm going to go ahead and pull this a little bit higher. And here I'll say plan screen, plan screen underscore plan. And then here I'll say display flex. We don't want to flex on that, right? So save, and then it should go into a row. So by default, flex goes into a row. Perfect. And then what we're going to say is justify the content to be spaced between. So that way it should use up its available space. So you see now the two children to this and the subscribe button are pushing apart from each other, right? So that's exactly, that looks very good right now. And then I'm going to say, give it a padding of 20 pixels because I don't want this to kind of be too, I want it to be kind of like that. That looks a bit cleaner. And then what I'll do is I'm firstly also going to make this a little bit nicer to see. There we go. So you guys can see a bit easier. And then I'm going to have underneath that a opacity of 0.8. And there's a reason why, right? Because I want to have this nice hover effect when I hover over it. So to get the hover effect, I'm going to target the plan screen plan when I hover opacity of 1. And this is a nice little trick. So when you hover, you see how it goes ahead and changes the opacity when I hover over the appropriate div. Okay, so this looks really, really good. Okay, there we go. So at this point, what I'm going to do is, and guys, remember, when you post error messages in the console, it's really kind of, I mean, you can't expect someone to help you with that kind of level of sort of error message, right? So at this point, I'm going to target the button inside of the plan screen info. Thank you so much, Bomela. He says, we all owe you. Honestly, as long as you guys are sticking with me, it's all good, man. That's all I care about. I want you guys to learn. That's it. So I'm going to go inside the plan, right? I'm going to target the button, okay? The Facebook group is the place to push the error messages. That will help you out, okay? So over here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the button should have a padding of 10 pixels by 20 pixels. Save it, and you can start to see it gets a little bigger, right? I'm going to give it a font size of 1 rem, a color of white, and a background color of the Netflix color, right? So you can see it starts to look already a lot nicer, right? Richard said, girlfriend's mad because I'm spending all these nights on YouTube. I don't care, bro. This is for our future. I feel you, dude. I feel you. Even Mebon's feeling the neglect right now. So I feel you, man. What's Papa React Slack channel? Slack channel is for inside the community, but right now we have Discord and we have a Facebook community that you can feel free to join, Calvin. But Calvin, be there for tomorrow's event. First link in the description. All right. So the next thing I'm gonna do is font weight 600, border none, to give it that flat, clean look, and a cursor pointer, because obviously when I hover over this, I want it to have that clickable UI sort of. You see when I hover, it goes into a click element, right? That looks better. Live streaming coding is mad difficult, so props to you. Thank you so much, Lee Robinson. Thank you. It's true. It's actually very true. It was extremely tough in the beginning. So I appreciate that, dude. All right. So we have the styling down. So this will make it a little bit easier for you guys to sort of visually see what's going to happen, right? So I'll sort of space it out like this. There we go. Right. So now what I'm going to do is go ahead and implement the load checkout functionality. Okay. So the load checkout functionality, the first thing I want to do is get the users. I'm going to make something called, so when we're using Stripe, right? When a user checks out, or when a user basically has like stuff in their basket, or like they want to kind of buy something, you start something called a Stripe checkout session. And then that allows Stripe to basically go ahead and say, okay, you want to buy something, I'm going to set everything up for you. And then you can use the link to go ahead and redirect the user to our payment form. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and set that up right now. Right. So, whoa, literally 3 likes away from 400, guys. Come on, you can do this. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and say const doc ref, right? So document reference, I'm going to say await, because this is going to be a async, and I'm going to say db dot, and then we'll say collection of customers. Nice. We broke 400. That's what I'm talking about, guys. I love that. 400 likes broken. Incredible, man. XXX says, bro, I'm 399. That's what I'm talking about, dude. Right. db.collection, and then I'll say customers. Right. And then what we'll say is .doc. Right. And then I'm going to go ahead and target the user's UID. Now, remember, we used Redux yesterday, where we basically, after the authentication step, push the user into the Redux sort of store, right? So in the user slice of the Redux store. So we created a selector to be able to pull that from Redux. So what I'm going to do now is go ahead and pull the user from the Redux store. The way I do that is I say const user equals use selector. Thank you so much, CJ Williams. Appreciate that donation, dude. $5. Amazing, dude. I think we can break 500 likes today, guys. It's so crazy, the energy you guys are giving me. Select user, right? So that's the selector we created. Appreciate that, honestly. I'm going to go and get some sushi tomorrow. All right, so use selector, there we go. And then we've got the user here, okay? So now what you can do is I can go down to here and I can say doc is going to be, because what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to go into the customer, and this ID right here, this is going to be the user that's logged in. So here I'll say user, I love this song, I'll say user.uid, right? And then what I'll say is dot collection. Now this is the new collection that I want to basically go ahead and create, okay? So this collection has to be specially named. And this one I'm going to say, it's simply going to be checkout sessions. Okay, so it's simply going to be checkout sessions. And then what here I'm going to say add a checkout session. Remember, the extension has a lot of clever stuff behind this, right? We're going to add the checkout session. And here I'm going to say the price of the checkout session is going to be the price ID I passed in, right? As a sort of prop to the function. So this one, when I click it, sort of this one is going to have the ID of this row. This one's going to have the ID of this row. This one has the price ID of this row. And then I'm also going to go ahead and pass in 2 things called the success URL and the cancel URL. Now, when we redirect the user to that payment page, we need 2 routes, right? We need the success URL, the cancel URL. If the user was to cancel at any time, where does Stripe send them back to, right? And then also, if the user is successful in their payment, do you want to send them to a confirmation screen? Do you want to send them back to the screen they came from? you can pass in those variables, okay? So what we're gonna do here is we're actually gonna use the current screen the user's on, right? So whether or not they succeed or fail, they'll come back to this screen. The way we do that very easily is we go ahead and pass, and we use something called window.location.origin, right? Which is self-explanatory. So I'm gonna say the success URL and the cancel URL is the window location origin. That means that we basically go ahead and we basically go ahead and have come back to the screen that we're on, which is basically whatever URL it was on, okay? So with that said, that's all looking pretty good at this point. And then what we're gonna say is this document reference, okay? We're gonna basically add something called an on snapshot, because what's gonna happen here is that Firebase Stripe extension will see that you added in a new checkout session, okay? It's gonna give us that checkout session. Right, so it's going to generate and do some funky stuff in the background, and then it will go ahead and we want it to basically redirect the user and throw them towards the checkout page, okay? So Mervan goes, I miss you. Richard, I told you, dude. the girls feel it when we're coding like this. Guys, this is the most I've seen Sunny all day. I love that screen transition. No one has used it in live tutorials before. Thank you, dude. I love that screen transition too, dude. So here what I'm going to say is document reference. I'm going to say on snapshot, okay? And this is going to be an asynchronous function. And here I'm going to say get the snap, right? So the snap, or whatever you want to call it, snapshot is fine. And here I'm going to say, okay, so from that snapshot, I'm going to destructure. So it's something in ES6, right? Where we basically break apart the object to go ahead and do this, right? So we're going to say break apart, and here it's going to be error and session ID. Right, so this is going to destructure the snap.data object, and it's going to get the error and session ID. Now here, what we're going to do is we're going to say if error, right? So if error, so if there was any error at all, right? I want to basically alert the user, okay? So what we can do here is they've actually given us this sort of filler code, and this is pretty much what I would recommend as well, okay? So I would go ahead and pop this in. So show an error to your customer and inspect your cloud function logs in the Firebase console to see what went wrong, okay? So obviously, you should handle things a bit nicer. So maybe you can go ahead and refactor the alert to be a nice kind of pop-up which says, whoa, 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 something went wrong on our end, right? And then you can go ahead and do that. I'm not sure what unknown queen means. It's bad, you can go to jail. No, you can't. It's fine. So Mehrban says, I just made a TikTok about me and Sanya's relationship because I miss him so much. Amazing. Nice. So now what we're going to do is, we're going to have this. And then we're going to say, okay, if there was an error, that's fine, right? So I'm going to say if the session ID, right? If there was a session, whoa, nice. Michael Barrett says the Stripe checkout team is tuning in. Amazing work so far. Thanks for using checkout. Happy to answer questions and hear feedback. Dude, that's got me so excited, man. Yeah, I'm using I saw your conference on, you done the Stripe, like the global conference event, and I was watching that and I saw the integration you guys done with Firebase and Stripe. That was incredible. That's huge that you guys are watching this. That's so cool to know that you guys are seeing this right now, because I've been using Stripe in all of the sort of React builds. And also I've been using like Firebase, like anything. So the fact you guys are watching this, incredible stuff. Guys, feel free. The Stripe team are inside the chat right now. So feel free, ask questions, and yeah, let's carry on, guys. That's incredible, right? So now we're going to say if session ID, and then here we'll say, okay, so this is the actual sort of comments that come back, right? We have a session that's redirect the checkout. So what we need to do is initialize Stripe. That's crazy, guys. Smash that thumbs up button, because that has literally like, whoa, that's insane, right? So at this point, we need to load up Stripe. Okay, so we're going to load Stripe into a variable. And the reason why we do it here is that we basically, and also thanks for the donation, dude. Really, really appreciate that. I'm actually going to go ahead and screenshot that one for memories. Nice. That's incredible. That's so cool. Honestly, that's like a geeked out moment right there. That's a huge geeked out moment. Let me go ahead and save that one. Nice. Okay. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and say, where am I at? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and load Stripe, right? So Stripe, typically we don't want to load it in the beginning when we don't need to. So we only load it when we basically want to go ahead and have the checkout sort of initialized. Now load Stripe is a function that we need to import. Okay, so we need to import this from Stripe.js. So we need to actually set this up as well. So load Stripe from Stripe.js. So we need to go ahead and install that. So I'm going to go ahead and pop open my terminal, open up this, and then wait a sec. And then here what I'll say is yarn add stripe.js. Okay, I can't believe that. Geeking out right now. That's so cool. I've always said I would love to get sponsored by Stripe or Firebase. And the fact I got a donation from one of the team, incredible stuff. Right. Elon Musk is the next guy I want to drop by. That'd be so cool. Right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go over to load Stripe. Okay. So here it takes a key, right? So this will go ahead and take a key. So I've imported it at the top, and then we need to pass a key. Now, obviously this is a secret key. You shouldn't be showing this, right? So I'm doing it for the demo purposes, right? I'm gonna show you guys my key, but you shouldn't show this key to anyone. So what you wanna do is go over to your developer settings over here. And then when you go into your API keys, you should have two keys. You have the publishable key that you don't really care about. Everyone can see that. And then you have the secret key. Oh, I've already showed you the secret key, right? We already used that when we set things up. Right now, what we're going to use is something called the publishable key. And this one is something that's called like a public key. You don't mind if people see this because it takes both keys for that like sort of encryption to work, right? So it's fine to share your public key. But in this case, I'm sharing secret key. But I'm going to click this one. And then I'm going to go here and paste. Okay, so I've pasted in my test key. There we go. And you guys can tell it's the test key because it says test. If you have lives there, remember also, by the way, if you use your test key, you have to use the test secret key. If you use the live key, you have to use the live secret key. They have to be in tandem. You can't use like one test key, one live key. It has to be the same key. Okay, so let's carry on. So now we've loaded up Stripe. What we're going to do is we're going to say stripe.redirect to checkout. Okay, and then what we do is we pass in the session ID. Because remember, the session ID came back from the snapshot. Okay, so here I'll say redirect to session with the session ID. And then we go ahead and click save. Okay. And then remember, because we passed in a success URL, it will come back to this screen if everything went accordingly, right? If everything went to plan. So let's go ahead and see if all of this amazing magic worked, right? And I really do love this extension because of the power behind it. So we've got these plans, right? So I want to go ahead and click the premium plan. So I'm going to open up and I will just see if it works, right? So I'm going to click subscribe. It's asynchronous. So right now I clicked it. It's loading up Stripe, and then it should redirect me in just a sec if everything was set up correctly, right? Boom. Nice. Look at that, guys. It just went ahead and created a checkout session, right? During that time, it created a checkout session. The Firebase extension with Stripe went ahead, saw that I added the checkout session, and then basically populated it with some more information like a session ID and all that sort of stuff. And then it came back to us, and then we used that information to redirect and throw the user to this page. Like how cool was that, right? That's really, really cool. Michael says, wow, what a free checkout session. I know. And what's really cool about this, guys, is it's completely mobile responsive. So, and if you've ever had to code any kind of payment stuff yourself, it's just easier to use what they're using, right? Now, I'm not going to click the card information because I think my cards might pop up. So in this case, what you want to do is where it says card information, the way I'll show you of how to do this is, let me go ahead and do this right now. So inside this one, what you want to type in is the following. Okay, so on the card information bit, you want to type in 4242, and this is the test card that you want to use. Okay, so it's literally going to be 4242, right? Oh no, wait one second. Let me do this and let me keep it on the screen. Oh no, damn it. Okay, so over here, what you want to do is for the card number, this is your card number that you use when you're testing. Okay, and there are different ones, and the good thing about Stripe is you can basically pass in different card numbers to mimic different behaviors, right? So if you want to sort of do like a payment failed test, they give you a card number for that, and then everything else you just put 424242 in, right? So just get used to this 424242 whenever you're testing this stuff out. So what I'm going to do at this point is go ahead and populate this out, and I'm going to hide my screen because I'm sure, see my cards came up. So I'm going to do 4242424242. In the month and year, I'm going to say 4242, and then in CVC 4242, and then the name on card at this point could be anything. So I could just say ABC. And then for the billing address, I'm just going to say like ABC or something like that, right? And then ABC, it doesn't matter when you're testing, right? London, ABC, right? So what I'm going to do now is show you the screen. So you should see this right now, okay? So you see the card there is 4242, and then you've got everything on the screen, okay? So this is a live payment that's about to go through on Stripe. And I'll show you and I'll prove to you that it goes through and it processes. And it's even gonna, the crazy part is that so much stuff is gonna happen here, right? It's gonna actually go ahead, process a payment in Stripe. And remember, but Stripe is here, Firestore is here. We have the extension connecting the two things. So once it processes that payment in Stripe, the extension kicks in and says, whoa, 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 remember the webhook fired off, and it will go ahead and populate and update the sort of Firestore database, which is incredible, right? We don't have to do anything else besides that. This extension will do all of that for us, which is amazing, okay? So let's go ahead and do subscribe. And let's see what happens. And if it's all successful, it will redirect me to the success URL, which was the profile page. Okay, so it's processing, ticked. Nice. And the music dropped as minute that happened. And look at that. It redirected us to the app, right? So that's so sick. And then we go back here. That's so cool, right? So now what we're going to do is let's go actually and test. So you guys might be thinking, but maybe it didn't actually process a payment, right? Maybe he's lying, right? And go ahead and smash the thumbs up if you thought that was cool. Basically, if this works, hit the thumbs up, okay? That's all I'll ask you. Right, so I'm going to go to Stripe. I'm going to go payments. Boom, $13.99. Click it, subscription update. Stripe@gmail.com was me. That was me that I typed in. Remember I said ABC, ABC. This was the sort of details of the address. And then you guys can see a subscription, a premium subscription has been created. And then, yeah, look at that. And it also goes ahead and shows you sort of the exchange rate, the fee, because payment processors do typically charge a little fee, which I always get the question of why do they charge a fee? I would code that myself. Believe me, payment processors do a lot of stuff for you. I use Stripe, PayPal in all my sort of apps, and yeah, like it's fine. They take a fee because they handle a lot of stuff for you. They also manage fraud and a bunch of other things that you guys might not account into. So it gives you a bunch of information over here, which is awesome. Okay, so this looks really, really good right now, and it seems to have worked. Let's check if our Firestore went ahead and updated as well. So I'm going to go ahead and click refresh, and let's see what happened. So we've got the customer. This is me logged in. You've got the checkout session, which was created, right? So this one is the one that we created. Now remember, when we created it, all we did is passed it a cancel URL, a success URL, and a price. And then what that extension did is actually went ahead and gave a session ID and a created tag. So, right? And then we redirected to the session ID and we did all our magic. Then what happened is we basically paid for a product on that screen. So what it did is it went to the customer that was logged in, went to the subscription, and boom, we now have that customer's subscription data inside of Firestore. So this is literally, look, their status is active, the current period end and start, and we also have the exact sort of, we have the actual product itself. So look at that, it has everything that we need inside of it, right? This is incredible, it worked, everything looks really, really good at this point, right? So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check, I'm just checking something. We've got created app period, created app quantity, one, no, okay, Stripe link. Right, so what I actually do, what I was looking for here is, let me show you guys an example. If I go to the Netflix clone that I built before, and I go ahead and check let's go ahead and see one of these customers would have a subscription. There we go, subscriptions, and we click this one. You guys can see it has a row here, right? Row of premium. The reason why it has a row is because on the rules, what I actually did was I modified the rules slightly. I think it was, where did I do that? I basically, no, it wasn't rules. Where did I change the rule to add in the row? I wonder where I did that. Let me just go ahead and check. Let me go back to the other build. Netflix clone YouTube. And we have here the subscription. And let's click the subscription. And then where is row? So row, right now the row is null. I'm just wondering, oh yes, that's right. That's right. Okay, so I'm going to show you guys a little trick. See, right now you see the row is null, right? So right now we have the product ID, but what you might not want to do is then have to go and fetch the product ID and do all that sort of magic wizardry and all that stuff. So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run another example by you. So let's go back to Stripe. And what you can do is you can give a piece of metadata to each of the products. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly check what I added to the last set of products. You basically add a piece of, let me go ahead and say Netflix. So let me go ahead and where is it? Yeah, here we go. So you can add a piece of metadata to your product, right? So you see here, if you add metadata Firebase row, this will basically help you because it adds that into Firebase. And that's very powerful because now we don't have to do a second query to fetch what plan we're on or anything like that. So what I'm actually going to do here is I'm going to add metadata with Firebase row to all of our ones. So I'm going to go back to the shop that we were working on. And then, yeah, oh, 6 more likes until we get 450 likes. Let's go ahead and edit the products, okay? So here I'm going to see, where is a Firebase Papa YouTube demo? Okay, then we're going to go into our products, and then you can see the metadata. Oh, okay, no products. Okay, why is it kicking me out? Let me go into product YouTube. There we go. Then I got the product. So the standard product, let's go here, and let's go ahead and click edit, okay? And then I want to go to additional options. And then, is it additional options? No, it's not additional options. It's here, metadata, edit metadata. And then key is Firebase row. Now you have to use Firebase row because that's how the extension works. And then here I'll say standard. Okay, so standard, I'll click save. Right, so standard. I wonder if that will update the Firebase record. Let's check if that does it. Otherwise, I'll go ahead and repeat the test. But here we go, basic. Let's go ahead and do here, metadata, key is Firebase row. And here I'll say basic, save. And then here I'll go into premium and I'll do the metadata Firebase row and I'll do premium. And basically this is actually very powerful, right? Because what you might want to do is you save yourself a request by doing this, because now when the subscription is created, it will add an additional section there. So let me go ahead and refresh and see if it did that. If it didn't, I'll just create another account and show you. So just to make this sort of demo quicker. So there we go. We've got the subscription, boom. And then you can see, okay, so the row isn't there, right? So at this point, what I'm going to do is I'm going to run this test again to show you how it works. Okay, so let me go ahead and go here and let's go ahead and sign out. And let's go ahead and say I made a new account called sunny@gmail.com, sorry, ABC, and I'll go ahead and sign up. Okay, oh, I'm already creating an account. So let's just do Sunny S sign up. Okay, so we've got an account here. I've got all of these different plans. Okay, so see, I actually pulled in all of the plans now because it's synced. Right, it's synchronized up. So remember before we added those other plans, so it does sync up. Okay, so here we're actually coming to it won't be too long now until we're finished. Right, so we click on subscribe. So let's go ahead and say subscribe to premium, and then it will go ahead and load it. And then I'm going to go ahead and quickly fill out my card details. So 424242424242424242. Let me go ahead and do that. 4242. Name on card. Let's just say S. ABC, 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 London, ABC, right? And then here I'm going to click subscribe. Nice. There we go, subscribe. And now what it's going to do is it's going to push this into, it's going to basically create the subscription and it will go ahead and update it. Now everyone's jumping in 42. Nice. So we're going to go to this and now we should see, okay, so ignore the extra plans here, the additional duplicates, because that just shows you that, okay, it does synchronize by itself. It's fine. And now what we're going to do is we're going to go over here to the actual checkout session. So which customer was it? I think it might have been this one. This one, yeah. So you can see the row is now premium. Okay, so this is really handy. So you have to manipulate the metadata of the product in order for the row to come up here. Okay, so that's exactly how we do that. And I wonder now if we go to our product, if it will go ahead and delete it. All right, so let me go here. All right, so if I go here and I say delete product, let me go ahead and try and delete. Okay, so you can't delete those ones. That's fine for now. So we're just gonna have to ignore them for now as part of the demo. But row premium. Okay, so what's really handy about this, right? I did see the message. I see the messages, right? If only your row card number was that easy to guess. Yeah, if only. All right. So now we go here and then we're going to have to do the following. So now what I want to do is I want to show which one is subscribed. Okay. So I need to go into this point inside that user who's logged in and get their subscription. Okay. I'm going to get their subscription. So now what I want to do is I basically want to say const subscription. Yep. So I want to go back to my code. Sorry. I started typing in the wrong thing. All right, so I'm going to go here. Oh, we just broke 450 likes. Damn, guys. You guys are on fire today. We have Stripe in the house. We have like everyone's energy is up the roof. Damn. Here I'm going to say const subscription. And then I'll say set subscription. And then I'll say equals use state because we want to make it local state. And then here I'll say, let's just say the subscription in the beginning is no. Okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and create a use effect. Okay. So look at the chat going off. Right, so we're going to create a use effect that runs, right? So we're going to say use effect. There we go, use effect. I love this song. This song always gets me pumped up, right? So now we'll do this. And inside this use effect, we'll start with the empty dependency array. Okay, now inside of here, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and say db.collection of customers. Okay, so the collection of customers, and we got the user who's logged in, right? Because it's stored in the Redux database. So here I'll say user.uid because that's the user. Now what we do is we found the user themselves. Okay, so we now have the customer and the user ID. The next thing we want to do is go into the subscriptions. So we're going to say collection of subscriptions. Nice. And then what we're going to do is say get, and then I'm going to go ahead and say then, and then what inside we'll do here is we'll say the query snapshot. So query snapshot, boom, and then we'll go ahead and pop this up. And then what we'll do is we'll say query snapshot dot for each. Okay, now for each, it's going to be async. It's going to be the subscription. For every single subscription that's inside of there, we'll go ahead and do this, right? So inside of this bit, Amin said, "Ham my fanboy moment, December 27th. I might even remember that time. It was 7:30 IST." Yeah, Amin did. I remember when me and Amin first jumped on. So funny. Right. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and say async subscription. So I'm going to say console log subscription data. So you can go ahead and console log it out if you want to debug. At this point, I'm going to actually just go ahead and say set the subscription. So set the subscription. And then here I'll say set the subscription to an object. And I want to do row.subscription.data. No, sorry. Row is subscription.data. And then I'll go ahead and do this .row. Okay, because basically what we're doing at this point is we're going inside the subscription, we're looping through for each, and then what I'll do is I'll say .row, right? So here we've got the row. Remember that comes in because we modified the metadata. Okay, so what we do now is we get the row like that, and then we've got two other things that I'm curious about, right? The current period start and the current period end. Okay, now why is that kind of handy, right? Because I want to know when the period ends, when that person sort of signed up, when they end, because then that way you can show it on the UI, right? Because remember the UI that we want is this one where it says renewal date. Okay, so over here, I want to say subscription.data, and you can destructure at this point at the higher point here if you do want to do it, right? But then what I'll do is I'll say data dot, and then I'll say dot current period end. So dot current period end, there we go. Dot seconds, right? So what this does is it gives us like a timestamp back. So here I would say dot seconds, okay? Dot seconds. Okay, perfect. And then I'll say comma, and then here I'll go ahead and do the same thing for the current period start, okay? So I'll go ahead and pop that in. There we go, save. All right, still having my fanboy moment, the fact that the Stripe team were in there. That's so sick, man. Stripe checkout team. So cool to see that. All right, so now what we're going to do is this use effect is dependent on a few things. So its user ID is dependent on that. And it's also, whenever we're using a dispatch, we should go ahead and pop it in there, right? So that way it's going to, oh no, we're not using dispatch here because I'm not pushing into Redux, sorry. So it's going to be the user ID. There we go, save. All right, so at this point, subscription should be valid, right? So we should be able to get the user subscription. So if I console log and I say, show me the subscription. So let's go ahead and do F12. And now if I go ahead and refresh, okay, so it says no, so ignore this at the moment. We should be rendering lists with keys, but I'll show you that afterwards. But plan screen 51, so now you can see, look, here we go. We've got the current period end, current period start, and the current plan, which is premium at this point, which is amazing, right? So it's working, it works really nice, and it works really well. So how do I update the UI to show if it's gonna basically be, if they've already got it, okay? Varun, you always get a shout out, dude. Don't worry, I got you. Little kid's killing it, man. All right, so now what we're gonna do is I'm gonna basically have a little helper function inside of before the return. So remember here I said the to do, right? There he goes. He goes, let's go. That's it. I like the energy, dude. Honestly, I appreciate that. Keep up that energy. Don't let anyone take it, right? So now what we're gonna say is before we have the return, I'm gonna get rid of this to do, but we'll keep it there while I'm coding. I'm gonna say const, and I'm gonna say, is it the current package? All right, so I'm gonna create a variable is current package, and then what I'm gonna say is product data dot name. Okay, then I'm gonna say, okay, so if the product data dot name which could be undefined, right? So I'm gonna say firstly put it to lowercase, right? So I'm gonna make it a lowercase, so that way it's easier to check. I'm gonna say if it includes, because I want to basically check if it matches the subscription row. Okay, so basically here what we'll do is every single item in this list, I'm checking if the name of the product, so in this case premium, if it matches the row. So remember, the metadata actually has to match the name of the product. So here I can say if it includes the subscription dot row, and again I'm just protecting myself against optional this is called optional chaining. It basically says if this is undefined then it won't just die. So we can use this now. We can say, okay, if it's the current package, right? So this one should be true for premium. So it should be true for the premium one, this one. And the reason why I done to lowercase is that way, because it will actually match now, even if it's the... Well, I think we can get to 500 likes before this video, dude. I really think we can. The retention has been insane. So here now, instead of subscribe, what I'll say is, okay, let's go ahead and say, if the current package is, if this is not your current package, then what I'll say is, if it is your current package, then I'll say, I don't want to complicate it. Like I say, then show that this is the current package as the text. Otherwise, show us subscribe. Okay, show us subscribe. Right, perfect. And then what I'm going to say is only trigger the load checkout if it's not the current package, because obviously you don't want to keep subscribing, right? Dr. Drunkenstein, just make sure you sign up in that link, dude. I will see you tomorrow if you're getting tired, right? So let's go ahead and say if it's not the current package, then go ahead and load the checkout. Okay, so let's go ahead and save and wait for it, guys. Wait for it. Right, current package, right? And obviously it found remember we had the duplicates, right? So it actually found the premium plan, right? And then what it's done is it's found premium inside of here. So remember we have duplicates in this demo, right? Because of what we had, but this is basically what you should see when you do it, right? You should see this where it says current package. Now, obviously the styling on R1 isn't there yet, okay? So R1 right now, there's a duplicate, so we ignore that for now. But the styling, we wanna basically go ahead and fix that, okay? So how do we go ahead and do that? Avnish, I can see your messages, dude. Just coding. Right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and say for the class name so firstly over on the div. So remember that key that we should be using. So here I'm going to say the key for the div that we're going to render in the list is going to be the product ID, because that's going to be unique every time. So that's a good one to use. And for the class name, I'm going to use some string interpolation. So I'm going to go ahead and put some JSX here. I'm going to change these to backticks. Boom, boom. And then what I'll do is I'll go ahead and do the following. So here what I'll say is I'll say if it's the current package, or if it's current package, then I want to basically go ahead and show. So firstly, this should be outside of this. There we go. If it's the current package, I want to basically go ahead and add on a disabled class name. Okay, so I'm going to say plan disabled, right? So BEM, we're doing BEM naming convention. It should go ahead and then have the disabled class name. Okay, so that's how we do that. Okay, so at this point now what I'm going to say is we need to style the disabled. Oh my god, thank you so much, Insaf, 200 donation. Much more fire in learning today. I keep all learning joy from today's session. Might increase my learning. Thanks, Sunny. This is Tanvir from India, React Developer 2. Thank you, dude. Thank you so much, dude. And we still have 250 people watching. What the hell today? Wow, come on guys, smash the thumbs up. Let's get to 500, right? And if you're frustrated and you're getting stuck, use the Facebook community afterwards. Do not give up, okay? Do not give up. All right, so let's keep on going, guys. You can see your super chat came on the screen. There we go. Nice, dude. All right, so what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna go ahead and change the style. So let me go ahead and pop in the plans screen.css. Perfect, nice. Now what I'm gonna do is say I'm gonna add the following style in over here. All right, so plan disabled button. Okay, perfect. There we go. All right, nice. Now you can see that's the current package that we're on, right? So now obviously we've got to the same point as this, right? So this looks really good at this point, right? So you've got the current plan, premium, renewal date, and so forth. Now, what we can do at this point is I'm going to add in the renewal date. Okay, so let's go ahead and add in this renewal date section. So what we're going to do at this point is say, okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say on the plan screen, let me go ahead and find it. So on the so the renewal date, let's go ahead and do this. So on top of the plan screen right here. So before we start rendering out the items here, I'll pop in a renewal date. And what I'll do is let's go ahead and do something like a p tag. Oops, let's do something like a p tag. And let's go ahead and say renewal date. And then here what I'll say is, but I only want to render the renewal date if the subscription is, if we fetched it yet. Okay, so if it's not no, so I'll say subscription and then render out the renewal date. There we go. Right, so only render it out if the subscription's there. So now if we refresh, you should see a p tag at the top, renewal date, right? It only comes when the subscription is fetched. So now what we can do is we can actually go ahead and do some JSX here, and I can say, okay, new date, right? Open parentheses. And now what I'm going to say is subscription, current period end. Okay, and you times it by 100 because this is a timestamp. You times it by 1,000. Sorry, it's a timestamp in seconds. Emerson, thank you, dude. I really love when you comment that. The most friendly guy on YouTube. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, dude. Honestly, really appreciate that €5 donation. Thank you, man. Right, so we've got seconds here, so I'm going to times it by 1,000. And then we're going to convert it to a date, which is why we do that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is after the parentheses, I'm going to go ahead and add a dot, and I'm going to say to locale date string. Okay, and then we save it. Now let's go ahead and check it. Okay, and if you guys can see it, look, renewal date, boom, there we go. Right, and just for very simplicity sort of styling here, what you can do is you can go ahead and like style it as you want. I'm just going to quickly add a break here just to test the style. Let's go and see. Look at that, guys. We got the renewal date. Perfect. Nice. Oops. Where we go? Where we gone? There we go. Here. Nice. Look at that. Awesome. Right. So now what I'm going to leave as a surprise, sort of a challenge for this homework. Right. So I like to go ahead and show you. Firstly, guys, we just created a checkout, completely hooked up the payments, charges everything. So powerful, right? So if you found that was fun, just simply smash the thumbs up. It will go a long way to getting this video out to as many people as possible. But guys, like, look what we just built, right? We literally have all these subscriptions over here, and 470 likes so far for day 4 is incredible, right? So we have the current subscriptions over here on our build, and obviously we had the duplicates from earlier's mistake, which is fine. It's completely fine. It happens, right? And you can go ahead and clean that up afterwards, but you guys now know that it will go ahead and add in. And the reason why it did is because I changed the plan, so I went ahead and resynced. Okay, so at this point, what we can do is as for your challenge, right? So your homework right now is we know how to push things into Redux. Okay, we know how to push things into Redux. We've done it with the user. Okay, so what your homework for today is going to be, right? And this is going to be something which we will check, and then we will basically go ahead and me and Jay will play around with the apps that you submit, and then we will actually go ahead and see, did they do the homework? Did they kind of mess around with this stuff and add it in or not, right? And again, don't feel disheartened if you do not do this work, okay? Because this one was actually a bit more sort of a lot more finer details in kind of getting it right. Again, if you do it, 5 extra bonus points, and we'll select the top 5 with the extra 6 on top of the 5 for just notable mentions. Okay, so we'll go ahead and do that. Now the first thing I want to say for the homework, okay, so again, get to the point of here, right, where we go ahead and have full sort of payment functionality. You can click on a plan and you can go ahead and subscribe to that plan. Okay, so here we can go ahead and do this, right? So it goes ahead and works. Make sure it processes, it actually goes ahead and does what it needs to do. And then for your homework, I want you guys to go ahead, and this is in a different component right now where it says current plan premium. This is actually upper level inside of the profile screen component. Okay, so your homework would actually be, how do you actually get upper level in components, right? So it's a little bit of a thinking trap I've done here. So what I would recommend is you use Redux, you push the value into Redux for the subscription, and you basically go ahead and use it in the higher level. You can do it that way. That's a solution maybe. Okay, and then what I want you guys to go ahead and do is to take that a little bit further, right? So right now, if we look at my finished build right here, because we're currently subscribed in a package, I can access Netflix. Okay, I can access Netflix. But let's go ahead and sign out, and let's go ahead and say, if I sign into someone new, so this is actually the finished build. This wasn't part of what we did today, but if I say ABC, sign up, and now right now I'm not on a plan, right? So I'm not on a plan. But if I try and click Netflix, it doesn't let me access Netflix. It kind of throws me back. Right, it throws me back to this page until I get a plan, right? So if I was to go ahead and let me go ahead and log in with someone with a plan, so we don't have to do everything over again. If I go ahead and say sunny@gmail.com, and right now I'm on a plan, Netflix loads up for me, right? So how do you do that? Right, so you would push the value into Redux and you can use it at certain points throughout your app. Possibly check it in the React router section. Just gonna throw a few hints out there, okay? But let me know, guys, any questions with that homework. And if what you need to do is, it's a second link in the description, you can submit the homework. Now, remember, we talked about those extra 10 bonus points for tomorrow, okay? So, and I can see like BBC even saying, hey, amazing stuff. And Aaron Sands got the little smiley face. Yeah, I'm going to drop a few hints, you know, like, you know me, I'm not going to leave you hanging. Right, but the testimonial video, I do want to mention this, right? So this one right here, okay? If you want to get those extra 10 bonus points, and even if you got stuck with the homework, submit the testimonial video and just send the link of your previous homework to show me that you gave it your best effort, right? Doesn't matter. Remember, in the end of the day, you can go ahead and just, as long as you participated, you're a winner in this tournament, okay? Not tournament, in this challenge, right? So everyone who submits a video is going to get 10 points, okay? All you need to do is go ahead and say the following things on camera. So literally, imagine you have a camera set up and you basically just need to go ahead and film a quick little video. Doesn't have to be long. Please don't make them too long. Maybe 30 seconds, a minute is enough, right? And then we're going to go ahead and just say things like, what made you join the challenge? What have you learned so far? And how do you think it's going to help you progress in the future? How do I help you learn? How do I make it simple? And why did you decide to be a part of the Papa Fam community? And why would you recommend someone else to join the Papa Fam, right? That's all you need to do. And guys, if you haven't already, the first link in the description, right? First link in the description will take you to the sign up page for the final day webinar. Okay, so it should take you to this link over here. This link is less than 21 hours away. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and show you the screen. So the first link in the description will take you over here to the final webinar where we basically have 21 hours. Okay, so to reserve your spot there, please just go ahead and all you have to do is click save your spot, right? We haven't decided yet if we're going to be putting this anywhere else. So you have to be in this event to claim any sort of prize if you're eligible for it. Otherwise, I will have to give away your prize to someone else. Okay, I don't want to give it away. I want you guys to win what you deserve. So all you need to do is go ahead and sign up. And yeah, guys, it's absolutely going to be so much fun tomorrow. I'm going to deliver an ultimate roadmap. I'm going to show how I was able to make 250K by the age of 23 and how I was able to do it using freelancing, income from a job, teaching, all of those different revenue streams, how I grew my income with investments, all that sort of stuff. I'll be running it through tomorrow. Your ultimate roadmap to becoming a full stack React.js developer in the year 2021, right? We're going to go through all of those things and it's going to be a hell of a lot of surprise. And everyone who comes tomorrow is going to get a surprise. So if that's not crazy, then I don't know what is. £7,000 worth of prizes, 14 winners, right? First place diamond, 3 platinum winners, and 50% off 0 to full stack hero. Tomorrow I'm going to be relaunching. It's going to be huge. It's going to be a massive event. Okay. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and show you finally how to deploy the app as always. And yeah, guys, all you need to go ahead and do is, a lot of people saying, what is the free gift, guys? You have to turn up to tomorrow's event. I'm just going to give it to you. You have to turn up to that event tomorrow, and then I'll be able to go ahead and share the gift with you guys. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead, pull up my terminal. And what do? We do npm run build to go ahead and compile our application. So this will bundle React into a productionized build. Ben says, is it the same time tomorrow? Yes. Every day we've been going live at 6 p.m. UTC GMT, okay? So it's gonna be at the same time tomorrow. And you guys, all you need to do, sign up to that event. First link in the description. Just don't miss it, guys. It's gonna be so much fun. Me and Jay have put so much work into tomorrow's event. So be there. It's gonna be a hell of a lot of fun, right? All you need to do now is create the optimized production build. And then, yeah. Let's go ahead and check this out. Varen says, Sunny revealed the gift on IG. So, no, I haven't revealed any gift, guys. I haven't revealed anything yet. Right. Nice. Let's go ahead and wait for this one to build. So there we go. It's built out. And then what we can do is, Jay, if you guys can mention the deadline for the testimonial submission is tomorrow's the last day and you guys need some time margin. Yes. Guys, the deadline for all submissions, right? The deadline for absolutely all submissions is going to be midday tomorrow. Okay, so midday tomorrow, which is 12 in the is it AM? Right, it's 12 p.m. 12 p.m. right? It's gonna be 12 p.m. tomorrow. Okay, 12 p.m. tomorrow, lunchtime GMT time, right? That is gonna be the absolute deadline. Okay, so for a lot of you, So for me, I think it's going to be in literally 14 hours. Okay, you have 14 hours to push a testimonial. No, so the testimonials you can literally give. If you give the testimonial even up until 6 p.m. GMT, that's fine. But the homework has to be delivered by 12 p.m. tomorrow for it to be counted as a submission. The testimonials can go all the way up until the opening event because we can watch them quite quickly and we can go through it. Okay, so guys, get ready for tomorrow's event. It's going to be a hell of a lot of fun. We are almost at 500 likes, almost there, right? But let's go ahead and deploy this app, right? So I'm going to say Firebase. We've already done the build. I'm going to go ahead and say Firebase deploy. And yeah, guys, you know how we do it. You guys can feel free to play with this app in just a sec when it deploys and mess around with it. Use it as your, you know, as your sort of reference. And guys, just to mention as well, we broke 20K on YouTube today, which is huge. And I'm about to break 20K on Instagram as well. So because of that, I'm going to be dropping another prize tomorrow, which I just, you know, I'm just going to keep giving you guys everything you guys want. So go ahead and feel free to you know, join us tomorrow, right? So I'm going to go ahead and drop this link in the chat. There we go. Guys, I think we can break 500 before we sign off today, right? Go ahead, check out the link in the description in the chat right now. I've gone ahead and dropped it. Akash says, congrats. Thank you so much, dude. Right, so I've dropped the chat in the description. Feel free to go ahead and check it out. Let's go ahead and do it together, guys. I'm going to click the link, go ahead and click open, and I can see the app right here up and live right now. And there you go, guys. We've got the app. There you go. Loaded up the plans that we built today and everything works. Let me know, by the way. So send story it, tag me in it. Let me know how it goes for you. Facebook community if you get stuck. And guys, as always, you know how we do it. We're about to wrap up this video and get ready for tomorrow's event. Like I said, first link in the description, sign up. And as we always do it, guys, I can't end it without, you know, I can't end it without the traditional Papa Fam soundtrack, okay? I'm trying to respond to everyone, by the way. So yeah, look, guys, you know what? It's been your boy Papa React. This is day 4 ending, right? It's been a crazy event so far. So much has happened in this event, and we're gonna finish it so strong tomorrow in that final closing event. So guys, if you are excited and you want to change your life, then go first link in the description. I will see you all tomorrow. This is your boy Papa React. This is your Papa Fam around you right now. And guys, on that note, I will see you guys in the next video. Day 5 of the challenge. Get hyped up. It's going to be so much fun. I can't wait. I will see you guys later. Peace.